Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome. We're here with a little live chat. I don't know why we have to even say that at this point. I think it's pretty obvious. Just say you're back, Nat. You can get it by now. Sometimes the energy segues outside the spectrum of astrology, anyways. So it's not always an astro chat, just more of a chat update. I did want to update though because I do have a video coming, and I wanted to give you guys a heads up. I know we went really pretty late last night / ish this morning on that January reading, and I will have a new pick a card coming. I felt really guided. I wanted to talk a little bit on the whole about what's going on astrologically. It's been some time since we have sort of jumped into that, and we will be getting back into members as well once I get the A-OK. We started with Pisces. I've recorded Capricorn, but I felt guided to pause, and so I haven't posted Capricorn yet. We will do that. Hopefully, we'll see by the end of today. We'll hopefully do a live on members. We'll just go through all of the signs there. So let's clear the energy and ground though. In terms of, the astrology overall, this is a very triggering time. It can be. We just had 2 eclipses to put things in perspective, like to zoom out and just sort of give perspective to things. Right now we have this last sort of push with Mars and Scorpio. It's about to just, really kind of just clear out. And of those Scorpio energies that have been really at play, for months now. And I am hearing years, and it is not a huge surprise because we've had, so much come up from even like generational planets that have been retrograde. There have been some pretty rare transits here. And so we have a lot of karma coming up. We have a lot of astral energies here that are being sort of stimulated. So there's stuff here going on from maybe even lifetimes ago, right? What we say is very karmic this time it can be. So what I want to sort of say though is that in addition to that, recently when we had, Mercury retrograde and all of that was going on, and we've had as well, the Venus and Scorpio, and that was really sort of a moment. Okay, it was a moment with Scorpio, and so now we are about to close this cycle out of having any planets in Scorpio, and Mars is its ruler, its co-ruler. So in addition to Pluto, so this is a really strong last push. So I want to say that if you are having like a lot coming up at this time, if it feels like a very triggering time, there's a lot coming up, and we are cycling out, of course, of in general just Mars at getting close to 29. So whenever any planet gets close to closing out, it's kind of like a graduation energy. It's like you've got your final exam with that energy. So just keep that in mind. Honk out there. Try not to take things like way too seriously right now. And you might have noticed like it might be better for me in the long term to just kind of like keep things streamlined and grounded here, especially because, Scorpio is a water sign as well. So in general, Scorpio is and can be very much triggered. And the pick a card reading that is now uploading is all about that, triggers and shadow work. Why does this person piss me off so badly? Why is it that I feel I am so, even like involved, okay, when I know that this person is kind of even sometimes maybe draining me, like what is at play there? So this pick a card will sort of speak on that, and hopefully it will be sort of illuminating, when it comes to, it's like at a certain point you realize like, okay, I have a connection with this person, but then you're like, well, it's not really serving me, so why am I still here? Or you feel like there are things related to the relationship that are just definitely not working, and then it's like, well, why am I still giving so much attention to those things that I know are like irritating me? And leave it to a strong Scorpio season, even with a Mars and Scorpio, to kind of illuminate that and be like, hey, yeah, it's not working over there, and like you're still involved, and hey, yeah, that's probably why you're triggered. So yeah, but there's a reason for everything. If we are still remaining in a situation, or if we feel like there's a circumstance that we want to release or we want to let go of, but that it is still fucking irritating us in some capacity, yeah, that is definitely a trigger or shadow. So, and it's meant to be helpful, right? I mean, we want to know, like, if you're triggered, there's a reason. Like, you still have your gas pump, your pump attached to the gas, the station, you're about to drive off, and the tugging you're feeling is that. So, but there's a meaning to that, and there's a reason for why it is that you've allowed somebody to occupy your experience in the way that they are. So we give people meaning, and we give people the ability to affect us. We do. And that's what it all really, when we're looking at the higher spectrum of Scorpio, we're looking at empowering energies. We're looking at, power itself. And what does that mean? realizing first and foremost that we have control over our energy and our assets, our power. We are powerful, period. But we allow people in certain ways. And so sometimes when we're feeling triggered, it's because we allowed that person to come into our world. And it's not to say like it's a bad thing, right? It's not to say like shame on you. No way. That's how we learn in life, right? But maybe for example, like there's something that you are in a lesson space of learning, like what really works for you in relation to that give and take. And so for example, like let's do an example, like maybe for example you met someone and you gave them the benefit of the doubt and you gave to them endlessly, truly endlessly, and this concept came through in one of the stacks heavily. Like you gave to that person maybe like so much of you, and then you realize that person is not reciprocating, that person is not showing up in the way that I am. And so in a way, can we say it's really like their problem? It's like, did we make sure that we were really in a space to receive? I'm hearing that as well. And so, or did we come from a space of saying, well, hopefully they'll be, also like morally inclined enough to show up and appreciate with what it is that I am showing them. So there is a moment where we have to look back and say, well, I was kind of, also maybe in the wrong to allow this story to go on in this way, where I kept giving myself, for example, and not sort of having boundaries in that space. And that's shadow Neptune. So, there's a reason. Like, it's not like that person is just entirely like a so-called negative person. They're helping you realize maybe that you want better boundaries or you want to ground your Neptune energy. It's not bad to be empathic. It's not bad to give, but it is important to understand that you shape how you handle that frequency of yours up to be empathic and to give to others. And also like, you're in charge of the context that you bring to that. Okay. You are in control of that, and you can decide, in what situations you would like to be empathic, in what situations you would like to sort of, continue the connection as well. And so it's interesting. We'll see in this pick a card. I'm curious to see what stacks you guys are drawn to, but it was very interesting. And because we can have all kinds of lessons, right? All kinds of triggers, Pluto streaks, Neptune streaks, ego wars, and so on. So yeah, Tiffany says, I just totally flipped out. I need to chill, but I can't. Yeah, right now, I mean, it's Mars and Scorpio is not a joke. Not a joke. And with the Sun and Mercury and Sag, like it's just adding this Jupiter energy to everything. Like, more of that, more where that's come from. Just let's add to the waves. Let's splash, splash some water towards the splashes that already are, it's like, that's Jupiter. And when we have Mars and Scorp, like getting stronger, it's like, we're already triggered. Like, if anything, we need to chill it out. It's kind of literally like what Tiffany just said. Like, so if you are feeling triggered right now, you're not alone, most likely. And Tina says, yeah, I just got triggered by what I normally wouldn't. Oh, yeah. And this is a moment where, and maybe it's like, whoa, like I didn't realize I was literally like at the edge with that. I didn't realize that was literally like something that I was at the edge with. Okay. And it's a moment where then all of a sudden maybe you realize like, this is actually not working for me, but I put myself in this situation. I kind of gave of myself in this way to this extent. I kind of allowed, this story to go on in this way. And so now it's my lesson. Why did I do that? What is the shadow in that space that I want to bring, greater boundary to with myself? So, nothing defines you. It's a matter of your reactions. And we talked as well about this in the pick card. So, hi, Jason. Keep calm and Jason on. Jason, did you see it? Did you hear? We were talking about you in one of the few of the last lives. I don't know if you had actually caught that, but it was funny. We were like, yeah, like, we don't know, like maybe Jason didn't even like hear us when we asked him like what his sign was. Like, what if it's just like so Twilight Zone-ish, like we go on like all this time and he'll never know. It's like, so wait, no, what is your birth chart? If you don't mind answering in a public chat, Jason. we were curious. We were saying you probably have a lot of like Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. We were saying, so. No way. Are you kidding? Jason all like entering the chat in a meeting. I can't hear you, but I'm just staring at the screen, Nat. Okay. He's here for the chat, I think. But yeah, guys. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of like talk about this because it is an intense time, and we did just have like a Sagittarius ruled moon, right? New moon eclipse, and it obviously this is a Jupiterian new moon, and that's a little bit weird. We didn't really even talk about that. Like, I feel like I didn't really get the chance. You are a Sag sun, okay? Yeah, I was like, I feel like he's got a lot of Sagittarius. I was saying, like, I feel like Jason, like, you were the type of child growing up, okay, where like you wouldn't really like you don't really cry, is it true? We were talking about this in another live video. I was like, I feel like Jason is the type who doesn't, he's watching over on the other kids crying with their toys. He'll share his with them. But yeah, so what were you saying though? Yeah, so the new moon in Sagittarius. Oh, I forgot Jason can't hear me. He's at the meeting. Okay, so but anyways, yeah, so I feel like, you guys, it's very interesting with this new moon in Sagittarius because Jupiter is an expansive energy. So it's a little bit awkward, like being in the new moon position, because the new moon is like the quietest time, right? It's sort of that introverted space and moment where we say, well, what am I going through, like, personally? And it is very kind of like of a shy energy. And when it is in that new moon, it's like, it's not like we stop feeling. It's not like we don't feel. It's not like it's not real, but it's just, Sagittarius knows what it knows. What Sagittarius knows is Sagittarius. It knows how to express, right, is through performance, through even open communication. And with the new moon, like, we're not really inclined towards that. So it's a little bit like, the feeling is like Sag feels a little bit muted, like Sag feels a little bit like on mute, like really, I mean, around the new moon. So maybe there's this pressure building of like, I really kind of wanted to like say these things, and I feel like there aren't, there aren't these mechanisms yet for me to be able to express myself. So this is going to be something though that maybe you find clarity with over time. Like over time, even into the first quarter stage, we'll eventually we will figure out those ways that we want to communicate. So I think obviously at the new moon eclipse, there's a lot of feeling, there's a lot of emotion, but maybe there will be more of a feeling of, wow, I actually know how I want to express myself now more as we move into maybe even the next moon cycle. So, hey guys, that's so sweet. What kind of meeting, Jason? Jason says, I'm going to try and sneak in an earbud. Interesting. Yeah. Renee says, empaths want to make things better, but we have to learn discretion. Yeah. Like, I've been feeling very, like, lack of patience, and very, very lack of patience. Like, this has been, for me, like, so irritated. I felt this as, like, an irritated energy of, like, I know what I want to buy in the store. Why aren't they open kind of vibe? It's something like that. It's like you realize. I keep forgetting that yeah. I'm telling Jason, like, I'm asking him questions. He says he doesn't have his earbud in. I'm going to type. Jason, right the whole time. Says, I can hear now. I got it. Ooh. Don't laugh. Are you at the meeting right now? What kind of meeting are you in? Little do they know. I'm hearing that song. Oh, I'm singing 444. When the lights go down in the city and the sun shines on the bed. Now Jason's going to take that one little earbud out. You're just like... Okay, should have listened to my goddamn intuition. Like that thing, and she starts singing. I gotta go. Jason, wait, what's the rest of your chart? JJ, sit up. Let's look at your birth chart. He said the meeting, guys. Let's not make him laugh. He said November 23rd. Jason's got like one pencil, a little notepad. He's kind of like, are we distracting you? Okay, tell us more, Jason. You're a Sag. What's your birth year? You feel comfortable answering? It's only going to lead to Social Security next. You were born in. Oh, I think the video is ready, by the way, guys. So pick a card. And the lights go down in the city, and the sun shines on the bed. Pick a card, 'cause I want to be there with my baby. Ba ba boom. Ba ba. 1982. Okay, let's get it. November 23rd. 23rd, 1982. And born in, you got a city. If you feel comfortable, pick a card. Why am I so triggered by this person? Well, by this. Ba 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 ba. I'm posting this video. 1 second. Well, let's see. You do something with music, Jason? Maybe there's something with music. Let's see. What's your birth and Rochester. Rochester. I got you. Okay. 6:59. Let's see. No. Jason, dear Jason, we are posting a video. Pick a card. Yes, the title is, or maybe is he behind in the chat? Maybe he was, because we were talking about being triggered earlier. Anyways, I'm posting that triggered video. Let's clear Rochester, New York. So he has his birth time 6:59 p.m. Oh, Jason. Whoa. Moon in Pisces. This is your exact birth time? Like it's for certain? You got a rather interesting alignment. You kind of have something looking like a circus in your birth chart. I wish I could show you. Maybe I can. Hold on. It looks like a circus. No, really. It looks like a circus house. Let me show you. I mean that like in a kind way, you know? Well, you can handle it. You're a funny guy. Yeah. You're a silly dude. Okay. Check it out. You're a Sag. Ignore the screen situation. You guys see this? It looks like a little circus house. I don't know if I can get it clear here. Like the pointy top, and then it goes out like this, and then inside they have that. Interesting. It's symbolic. I feel like the birth chart can definitely be symbolic. Are you a builder? Do you do something with building? Even something like that. But I see something even like a palace. I see something here with like a structure. Now you've got your Mars and Capricorn. We literally were saying we feel like you've got like Sag and Capricorn. Let's check your Venus though, because we were all trying to understand. Guess wait, what? Your Sun is in Scorpio, bro? Huh? Wait, no, hold on. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Yo, your Sun is in Sagittarius. 1 degree. Okay. You're still kind of Scorpio though. Like, yeah. Oh, you're a chef. Interesting. Okay, let's continue. Your North Node is in Cancer. Interesting. Ascendant Cancer as well. Where's your Venus? Let's see. Sagittarius. You got a lot of Sagittarius. Mercury in Sag. Venus in Sag. Sun in Sag. Cowabunga. I don't know. Mars in Capricorn. Wow, interesting. Jupiter in Scorpio. I'm hearing sucks. I don't know. You take it as you will. Jupiter in Scorpio. Saturn in Libra. You think it's easy for you to keep her cool? Do you feel like generally like I just keep seeing this? I have a vision of you like as a child that just I don't cry over toys like kind of vibe. Is it? Yeah, Cusper. Let's continue. Mars in the house of Libra. Interesting. The house of Venus. Interesting. Have you ever considered maybe like starting like something entrepreneurial? Maybe like a shop or like some physical location? Like it's very interesting. Maybe even something related to healing. You have more or less a 6th house stellium. Your Sun is as well in 6th, the house of Virgo. You've got a stellium in Virgo. Kind of like Sagish, Virgo-ish. Like maybe even like a healing center, like a retreat. Have you ever considered something like this? Spirits like putting Jason on the spot. Of all times while he's at his meeting. An interview within an interview. But yeah, this is very interesting. Maybe there's something related to finances, Saturn, Pluto, maybe even entertainment. You got a pretty heavy interaction going on with your moon and almost all of your planets. Mercury, Uranus, Venus. Oh, interesting, Jason. Okay, yeah, because there's something very interesting I'm seeing. Because with this, I'm seeing a structure, like an actual like building or like a structure. I'm hearing window. Maybe it has to do with something related to travel, like something related to yes. Because with all the Sagittarius in the 6th house, I feel like this has to do with maybe like opening opportunities for others in some way. Because I think that you are a light, Jason. Like yes, and I think that people just being around you in your presence, it's like you. I think you know this. Like you have something, to offer others, and you know that it's like you feel like you can be a guide to others in some way. I'm seeing a map here. There could be travel involved, or maybe like you want to kind of broaden people's like perspectives, no matter sort of where they're at in their life or in their journeys or where they're from. I see something with resources, so I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Let's clear it. Moon in Pisces. You've got your Jupiter in the 5th. Yeah, I feel like look, like you have this like ability to cheer people up. Maybe you've questioned like sort of like how do I share that part of me though, and I think that there is something entrepreneurial. Interesting. Yeah, like I feel like you hold the space, and what's interesting is that you do have that moon in Pisces. But you got the Mars in Capricorn. That is the grounding energy to that. Interesting. But then you got your moon in like kind of this hard perspective to your Mercury and your Uranus and your Sun, which can be helpful actually, you know, because maybe there are things that you uniquely feel like you can hold space for, you can help others with. And so they see you as that sort of like light, that grounding force. Is very interesting. So, and moon in Pisces, Pisces can rule addiction, it can rule you know, not knowing boundaries. But what's interesting is that you have your moon in Pisces squaring the Sag and Scorpio energies. More so the Sag energies though, which brings still that Jupiter focus, but then it is a square. So it's kind of like bringing, and I am hearing mediumship, bringing, how do we say, like purpose to things that are quite challenging. I hear that with the moon in Pisces. And brought so close to your midheaven. I feel like you're well known for something, or you will be. Yeah, I'm hearing that. But it has to do with your, maybe even your childhood or your upbringing. Hopefully this is not too much of a public chat. But yeah, Jason, wow. So, interesting. Like, I feel like you can diffuse energy relatively well. Like, let's say that you're in a situation, okay? You're like, you know how to like kind of make it so that I think it's hard for people to really maybe get like upset with you. You know what I mean? Like, you know how to just kind of soften the blow a little bit. Like, if someone is very, very triggered, I think that maybe like you know how to have a conversation with that person in such a way where they're not going to realize like that you're calming them down. I'm hearing that as well. But they're just going to feel like sedated. I don't know what that's about. Take it as you will. Yeah, that's funny because we were literally saying keep calm and Jason on. We were saying that in the Astro chat yesterday. So, and maybe there are things that like you've personally gone through that you know you kind of don't let it define you, and you just say, hey, look, I want to make something of this, which is a very Sag thing. It's like Sag doesn't like to just end it at like the somber, like, you know, point of the story. It's like there's always another chapter. And so I think that, you know, you have something maybe that you would like to extend to others when it comes to that. That's really exciting. Yeah. So whatever you're thinking of launching, if it is maybe like something entrepreneurial, you know, and you are definitely, I guess, you're a medium of some kind, yeah, with the moon and Pisces as well. Your Chiron and Taurus. Yeah, that's very interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I just get like a transmuter. So, because sometimes it's like, you know, like sometimes some people, they will get triggered if you go head on with them, you know. But I think that you have this ability to just kind of like, people just want to be friends with you, you know. They're like, Jason, like you make them forget about their problems a little bit. It can be, you know, cool. All right, Jason, we're all done. And pull off the gloves. But yeah, so just, yeah, that's very cool. You got your North Node on the Ascendant. You got quite a bit of these like Cancer energies. Yeah. With the moon in a water sign as well. Yeah. Rising Cancer. Mars in the house of Venus yet again. I got like even like a human resources energy. Like I know how to like deliver the news in a way that's not going to like, you know, make them want to like chop my head off. You know, like, you know how to make it feel like at the end of the day, like it's going to be okay. Jason has already taken the earbud out by now. Gonna go back to work, bro. Yeah, I got my Mars in Capricorn. You saw it. You should know by now. I don't have time for this. Aw. Yeah. Interesting. I feel like that's really cool. I mean, honestly, like maybe have you considered some, like, are you drawn to a certain type of group? Like, for example, like, do you feel like you want to target a certain demographic, or, you know, you want, maybe, do you think like you want to work with children, or like, it's clear. Cause like, honestly, I've thought about this, like, maybe we should like focus not so much on teaching astrology to like, no, this is like going to sound bad, but like to adults, but like to children. Maybe they should grow up with like, you know, this knowledge, more so like targeting children rather than like people who are like, you know what I mean? Like as a preventative energy. This is what I've been thinking personally with my, you know, But I even get like a camp counselor energy kind of even. Yeah. Kind of interesting. Kind of cool. So interesting. Everyone. Like honestly, yeah, because I've been thinking that like why wait until people I'm looking for about astrology. Like why wait until people have to go through the whole even I'm here at Dark Night of the Soul, like Dark Night of the Soul experience of like, astrology can be so helpful from if you grow up with astrology, for example. I wish I knew, astrology earlier, definitely. But it is what it is, like but aw. What's your chart, Scorpio sun? Let's hop on over. I love reading charts. This is what got me into the channel mostly. Like I was at a Thanksgiving party with my sister and we were all sitting around and I was like super quiet. I was very awkward and quiet. Not awkward, but like just quiet. And then I was yeah, I was like just and then all of a sudden we started talking about astrology and like I suddenly lit up like the most like empowered, electrified, like Teletubby in the room, like suddenly excited. Let's talk. And like my sister like noticed it. She was like, nah, you just came alive. Like I was like, but we were also talking about naturopathy. But yeah, like it was like ding ding ding. And then I was like reading everyone's charts, like, sitting around like bonfire. And then my sister, we went home. She was like, Nat, what are you doing? Like, you got to be doing this. Yeah. Like, she's like, no, because at the time I was going to do the fashion app. She was like, what do you see yourself doing? And I was getting like kind of not as interested anymore in the idea of the fashion app. And I was feeling kind of like not as motivated about that because I was actually getting more into astrology and more into energy work. And then she would just like ask the question. She was like, what do you see yourself doing in like 10 years, And I was like, I want to be helping people connect to their spirituality. She was like, so why don't you just do that? Like, do it now. I was like, yeah, okay, fine. And then I just started the channel. So, and well, at first I released the idea of the app and I had to clear that. And that was a point there. So, okay, Scorpio sun, what is your information? First we start with the Social Security. I'm kidding. So let's clear it and ground. Where did Scorpio sun go? Scorpio. Oh, you wrote Glendale, Arizona. You still live there? (10/28, 1992). 1992. Hour 6:42 p.m. No. I got a lot of Virgo and a lot of Gemini though. Before I see your chart, okay. Here we go. You've got Mars in Cancer. Wow. Ascendant Taurus. Moon in Sag. You've got your Jupiter in Libra. You've got a stellium in Sagittarius, and you've actually got a stellium in the 7th house. You've got what the hell is that? Okay, this is I got the alert on my phone. And your sun is in Scorpio. Voila. Interesting. Your sun is in the house of Virgo and your Mars is in the house of Gemini. So whether or not you know it, you've got a lot of Virgo and you've got a lot of Gemini. You've got Pluto, the ruler as well of Scorpio, and thus the ruler of your sun in the house of Virgo. And you've got it on the cusp of the 6th and the 7th house. And it's very close to your Mercury. So this is something interesting. Have you considered Reiki? That's just coming through. Definitely focus on healing, something with the hands. I'll try to do what I can here in the chat. Yes. Scorpio sun. So you've got Venus conjunct the moon. Wow. Have you So definitely I see something related to Reiki or healing, something with the hands. With the sun in the house of Virgo, it's kind of like you have like a Virgo sun as well. Yeah. Saturn conjunct the midhaven. Interesting. Do you work with organizations or maybe even like with companies or something with structures bringing companies together? North node in Sag, moon in Sag. Let's clear it around. Jupiter in the fifth house. You got a lot of Leo in your chart as well, relatively. It's all relative. You have a yod. Did you know? You've got a yod pitting at your north node, connecting to your Mars and your ascendant. Your ascendant is the very, very tail end of Taurus. You're almost at Gemini with that. You might have like a yeah, okay. Scorpio Sun. Why don't you watch the Gemini readings, or if you already do, would you find that it resonates for you? Thank you for your super chat, Natalie Kincaid. Okay, I will take a look. I'm feeling guided to look at charts here. So, photography. Oh wow. Yes, I mean Mars and Cancer children. There's some definitely teaching. Wow, with in the seventh house with the moon there, definitely a focus on children or something about teaching. Yes. Yeah. With a Saturn conjunct the midhaven, maybe you want to start a program. Yeah. Because Saturn is related to also career itself. You've got a lot of Earth in your chart, actually, relatively. Your Chiron is in the house of the moon, the house of Cancer. So there could be something here from your childhood, from your past, maybe that you want to incorporate into what it is you help others with. Like maybe look back at your childhood. What was really very much maybe healing or soothing to you? Maybe when you there's something very personal to you, maybe that you had an experience with that you feel like one day I'd love to do that for others, or like extend that to others. Like it's something maybe that you have been involved with personally, uniquely. It's something that you have a talent for, even. Maybe not like directly, but it's something that you want to show others. Like, how do we say? Like, maybe like, how do we say? I'm almost getting like a curator or even a producer. Hold on. Like somebody who, like almost like a talent agent, It's like you help people find their way, like find their path. Like, if that makes sense. You kind of you show up with some kind of prototype of even an idea, but that then others can move through with their way, if that makes sense. It's clear. I don't know. Take it as you will. Scorpio. Whoa. Thank you guys so much for your super chats. Oh, wow. That's so kind. Aw, guys. Yeah, I will try to get to however many we can. This video won't start for a while now, so. But yeah, I see like there's something that you create, like even the space for people to come in and like do something with. But I feel like you maybe you would feel really good about them making it their own, if that makes sense. That's just coming through. Like you want to see them do their thing, like that makes you feel good. This is just what I'm hearing. Like, if that makes sense. So, like, the idea of like hosting people, it's like I like to feel like I'm hosting people and they can do what they want at the party. Like they go where they want, But I see a physical space here even. So maybe you want to, maybe eventually one day. Let's see if you got your Saturn in retro. Not quite. You have your North Node in retrograde though, and your North Node is. Oh, this is Jason. 1 second. I've been looking at your chart, but then I just click now to Jason's. Maybe, there's something that you want to even like eventually one day. Well, okay. So hold on, but you've got your North Node conjunct your moon in Sagittarius. I just get that you feel very happy when you feel like I even see someone doing like something eventually, like maybe the idea of like venture capital or like angel investment. Like this could be a metaphor, but in the sense of saying like, I feel good that I was able to just give them the opportunity to find their way, if that makes sense. Like to give them a sort of platform and they will take it where they need to take it, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's very interesting. So let's see. Let's see what else. But yeah, on the whole, you've got a stellium in the seventh, something related maybe to art, partnerships, Sag, definitely maybe teaching. There's something that, yeah, and maybe you're like, hey, like, I don't necessarily want to like be like telling them what to do or how to do it, but I want to see them flourish and like you want to, plant the seeds and then watch them grow. It's kind of cool. Something like that. Sounds like something with children. So you take it as you will. Oh, you do investing as well. Okay, yeah, well, there you go. That's funny. So, yeah, I'm seeing this. So it's kind of cool. Like, I feel like maybe it's the idea of, like, garden work. Like, I like to think, like, I plant the seeds, water them, go to bed, wake up in the morning, see how much they've grown, something like that. It's kind of cool. Maybe even real estate. Yeah. Yeah, because, look, I mean, Saturn, in the house of Saturn, conjunct the midhaven, in Aquarius, trading, maybe even stocks. I don't know. It's an idea. Yeah, bidding on stuff even. Maybe even like buying and selling, restoring, something like that, flipping houses even. Okay, so let's see. Thank you so much for letting me peek into your chart. Let me see who else here. You guys, that's so kind. You just super chatted. Natalie, let's take a look at your chart. Like you've got a lot of Venus in your chart, Natalie, that's just coming through. I haven't seen it yet. Let's take a look. A lot of Libra, a lot of Venus. I feel like you have a stellium. I see a lot of Aquarius energy as well. I always like to just kind of see what comes through before I read the chart. 12-15. There's something of a very focused energy. I feel like you've got a lot of Virgo and a lot of Pluto energy in your chart. Let's see. Stuff comes through, but I'm like, I don't know if this is too much to say in a public chat. Disclaimer, like, okay, if you're gonna put your things might come out, like, I don't know. But I feel like you got very okay, like I get like you put people to the expectations. Like you I feel like you get very razor sharp with people. I don't know, maybe if you consider something related to law. Let's clear around. 10:31 a.m. I get a lot of possibly even Capricorn energy, but I'm getting strong Virgo, strong Aquarius, strong Cap. Shawnee, Kansas. I feel like if you get really, maybe you feel like if someone lets you down, it's like, really? I just hear that. But okay. 10-15, 1992. Like, I feel like you can go from like having a smile, like a really strong smile, to like having a frown in like a few minutes. It's clear. Like, I feel like, look, yeah, it's like you want to give people the benefit of the doubt, like a little skeptical, maybe a little cynical at times. Okay. Hopefully this is helpful. Give me my birth chart back. Maybe at times trust issues. Let's see. 19 issues. Trust questions of trust. 1986. Or maybe that's related to your career. Like, maybe you are an auditor or you work with something in the law. 1986. 12:15 and 10:31 a.m. Let's see. Okay. Whew, you got a stellium. Yeah, you do. Okay. You've got interesting North Node in Aries. You've got you got Uranus in the house of Aquarius. That's the Aquarius. You've got You've got a stellium in the 11th house, the house of Aquarius, and you have your Sun conjunct Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius. You are super Aquarius, even though you are technically a Sagittarius. You're very, very Aquarius. So I don't know. Have you felt that? Did you ever feel that? Like. Wait, I gotta find her. Where did she go? She's fucking logged off. Fucking I'm tired. Nah. I wanted to hear about my blessings, Nat. Where did she go though? Natalie? Oh, she says dealing so true, dealing with that law stuff. Okay. You definitely dive deep when you sense something is off. Like, I feel like you look at someone and you're just like, you're shady. I just get that vibe. It's clear. I just get that vibe. Like, I feel like you go from like, yeah, like you will not afraid to frown. Like you got your Mars in the house of Aries, girlfriend. Oh, your ascendant is Aquarius. What else? You got your Venus in Scorpio. No shit. Okay, that's what we're feeling. That's a Scorpio. You got Pluto conjunct your Venus in Scorpio. You are super Scorpio, and there is a focus on finances. So I don't know if maybe you've considered even like launching some kind of business, maybe even I'm hearing abroad related to finances. That there could be something related even to politics or something related to law. You got your moon in Gemini. Okay, listen, you know when people are bullshitting you. I feel that. And this is maybe it's an asset of yours though. It's a talent, it's a gift of yours. Like, yeah. This is actually kind of fun, like razoring in on people in the chat because it's specific. Now I feel like I'm actually talking to somebody very particular with a chart. Yeah. Venus conjunct Pluto in Scorpio in the 9th house. You definitely, I feel like there's something that maybe you could even do trading. You could do stocks. I'm hearing that as well. Maybe even like buying and selling. Like, I feel like, like what was going to be worth it, like down the line. And I think that, when people are bullshitting about that, it's like, no, I know you're bullshitting me with that. I know how much that's worth. This is, yeah. Possibly. And maybe you even want to do like something with finances. I hear that again. Venus and Pluto. How do we say? Something legal even. Or auditing. Something like that. Let's clear it. Where did Natalie go? Oh, you went to school for entrepreneurism. Is it interesting? Yeah. You read people. Like, kind of, yes. Maybe even behavioral psychology that's coming through. But I feel like like what's a good deal and like what's not. Like, yeah, you can just kind of, yeah. Moon conjunct Chiron. Like, I feel like you understand where people are coming from, but like I think you also know when you need to let go. Let's clear it. I know when I'm just giving way too much of myself in this situation. I feel like you won't forget, kind of like you will remember, like, yeah, he pissed me off. I'm hearing that. You got your Moon conjunct Chiron and Gemini in the 4th house, the house of Cancer. Let's clear it. Interesting. Mars conjunct Jupiter in Pisces in the 1st house of Aries. I like that because you do have that like very intuitive energy, but then you also have like, you kind of have the moment of like, am I giving too much? Like, is it too much? Like, maybe even there's a focus on, lending opportunities to others. I don't know what that means. Giving people opportunities, but then knowing when to like, maybe something related to, a lot of people here, I got finances related, something related to finances. Like, I see you giving assets and then you pull them back. You pull them out with the Mars and Jupiter and Pisces in the 1st house. Yeah. Interesting. Maybe even you're really good at reading people, hiring, like you could just have a vibe. I know they're going to just mess around on the job. I hear that. Yeah. Yep. Saturn in the 10th. So interesting with Mercury. I feel like you will deliver that hard truth to some people. Maybe at times you'll need to, I get like a boss energy, like CEO vibe a little bit. It's like, I'm going to have to just tell him that he's not on the clock. Okay. Oh my God. Shredding it. Oh man. But yeah, like, and I like that you have the Mars and Pisces with the Jupiter, because like, when it's like, when you got to give them the reality check and you're not going to feel really bad about it. Yeah. Because especially if it's going to step on you, like if it's going to be at your mercy. And so, yeah, but I feel the one thing is that you don't forget. You may forgive, but you won't forget. And it can also be in terms of like career. Yeah. So, which is great though, because you might have experiences where it's like a portfolio, like you're able to look at a number of like, maybe even like the history of a company. And then you can just like sort of add it all up and be like, oh yeah, I don't think that's going to make sense online, something like that. So interesting. Wow. What else? So yeah. Let's see. I feel like you know how to handle like situations where you do need to be kind of receptive, but then at the same time, like, yeah, there is a question of boundaries, like, and it can be maybe even like international foreign relations or foreign affairs, or maybe even something with mathematics, like you could do like calculations on the spot, like different currencies, even like weighing, like that's worth that, that's what, something like that. That's interesting. Midhaven and Scorpio, maybe even like a focus on, again, politics, I don't know, or down the line, some point in time. I see someone who's able to take like different facets of a certain conversation, and they're able to sort of have an understanding of what's going on. I don't know what that means, but yeah, like you can look at the financial part, you can look at the socio-political part, and then you can sort of, I see someone in politics. So maybe this is something, I don't know if you've ever considered it, or maybe it's like business politics, but you do have your midhaven at 29 degrees of Scorpio. So I think eventually you may become a leader in a field of some kind where it's related to the experiences you've had, and people may look at you as like a leader in that capacity, but there is like something that you've trained on. So it's very interesting. Let's jump into the next person here. Whoa, we got a lot of birth information. Who's next? Tina. And thank you so much for letting me peek into your chart. Let's see. Guys, this was literally what I was doing. I'm seeing 7-7 here. This is literally what I was doing at the Thanksgiving gathering. And that was the turning point for me. When I was like, that's it. I want to do like, why I'll directly address astrology, soul, life path calling. Like, and I made the decision right then. Because people were like, whoa, like, you're really into it. Teletubby activated. What happened to her? She was so quiet, like the whole dinner, like all of a sudden, yeah. So Tina is 11/20/1982. Same year as Jason, right? Is it 1982? Yeah. Chicago, Illinois. Wow. Okay, I was like briefly in Chicago. I loved it. Left Chicago, but it was so brief. But I remember really liking that city. 3 a.m. We got a lot of Sagittarians here. Okay, 3 a.m. I feel like you've got a lot of Libra, Virgo, 7th house. I'm hearing 5th house, 6th house, some Aquarius as well. Let's clear it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I feel like at times there's a very private energy. Let's see. Very like introverted. Yeah. Interesting. You've got your moon in the 4th house. Mars and Capricorn. Wow. Interesting. Just like Jason. Yeah. But Jason doesn't have his moon in the Capricorn. Okay. His moon was, Jason was in Pisces. However, your moon was conjunct your midhaven in Pisces. So, which brings that Capricorn energy to your moon as well. Side note, Jason, if Jason is still in the chat. So now anyways, oh my gosh, guys, I want to kind of do synastry because see, this is so interesting. Like it's all kind of like a chemical reaction. Like, let's say that Jason and Tina were to like, interact and hang out. Like, interesting. Like hypothetically, like it would be kind of, there would, because they both have the moon in water-ish with the Capricorn influence there. Okay, but anyways, let's get back to it, Tina. Interesting. Ascendant Libra. North Node Cancer. Yeah, I was feeling this Cancer, this introverted energy. But you do have like a very boisterous side. But I feel like maybe at times you are selective. Like you don't want to just kind of like, I see that you're tempered with your energy. If a certain situation is like too much energy or too much excitement or like too much, then you maybe recoil at times. You have a yod. Yeah. With your Chiron. Oh. With your Neptune, your Pluto, your Saturn. Pluto conjunct Saturn in the 1st house. Maybe sometimes people think you're kind of hard. You're hard to read, maybe hard to understand at times, but then it throws them off because then on another point, they feel like you're very easy to get along with. Maybe you are kind of a stickler at times. You have high expectations. You have things that you want. Yeah, like you really hold people to like what they say. I heard that as well. It's like, are you going to really show up with that? Or yeah, I feel like there's like values are very important to you. This is what I'm hearing. Let's go. I wish I could like see your comments in real time. Are these people even still here? Oh yeah, Tina. Tina says yes. Hold on. Oh, your person thinks this about you. Yeah. No, I see you as like, I feel like you oscillate. Maybe it's like, and you do have your sun in Scorpio at 27 degrees. This is intense. So it's like, I mean, yeah, and your Mercury's at 28 of Scorpio. Like, I think anyone who's going to be dealing with a Scorpio should read the Scorpio pamphlet and like get to know them, like how they operate. Like, I feel like if you do feel slighted, like, you're not going to let it slide. Like, you're going to need kind of to talk about that back there, It's like, yeah. And we were talking about this in last night's Astro Chat, like, wait a second, like, why did you do that like that? Like, Mercury and Scorpio will get down to it. I think that you try, like, not to get too carried away with that, though. At times you're like, I don't want to think about it like that. Like, I don't want to get overwhelmed, like, by my visions and my thoughts and my concerns. Like, I feel like you try to keep yourself grounded, but you also do like maybe get triggered quite often at times. You have your sun in the second house though. That's nice. Is it the sun in the second? Your Jupiter? You got a Scorpio stellium. Your Jupiter is in Scorp. Yeah, you got a second house stellium. Interesting. So that's maybe that energy of like wanting to keep it tempered. Because I feel like you can go off the rocks, but then you don't want it to get to that point. I feel like you will get upset if you feel like someone's throwing off your rocker. I just get that. Like, you almost take it as like, don't throw me off my rocker. I hear that. Like, just don't piss me off kind of vibe, It's like you don't want to like lose your control a little bit. I want to pull a card. I feel like it's almost like I feel like it's a Lollapalooza personal chat. Personal chat, yeah. I feel like it's like a King of Swords energy, but let's just confirm. I'm just kind of curious because, like, yeah, some people might be like, you're just like a lawyer with me. It's like, well, because you're like, hey, no, why did you do that back there? Like, I need to, like, know. I'm hearing David Beckham. I feel like maybe at times people need to show up with you, like, with the values. Oh, yeah, no. And I think at times, like, listen, people know they can't bullshit you. I'm hearing that as well. Yeah. I feel like you can outpace people with that. Yeah. Cause I don't know, depending on who maybe you're dealing with, but like people can, maybe, I don't know, maybe do the silent treatment thing. I don't know what it is, but let's get some cards. Okay. I want to get a card here. Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands. Interesting. I feel like at times you're a heartbreaker. No, I'm going to be serious. Yeah, I think like you got your moon and Mars and Capricorn. Like you can have boundaries, like maybe even where other people cannot. Like people feel like it's kind of really hard to maybe get to know you sometimes, even though Eight of Swords, Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands. You are like very good with knowing where they're at though with that, for better or for worse. I feel like at times, yeah, you are like, hey, no, I will slow down the convo. Like if I feel like it's not honest, even, Six of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, like Two of Swords. Like I feel like people don't want to, they feel like, they feel like they will really, they need to act right they need to act right. Otherwise they cannot manipulate you. This is what I'm hearing. That's what they get down to the point of. And you do have quite a bit of Taurus, which is like very, at times it can be so-called stubborn, but yeah, I mean, you take it as you will. It's very interesting. Let's see what else. Like, I hear, like, I hope that's not what you're doing. I hear that. So your Venus is in Sag. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit misleading, though, because you have a lot of Scorpio, and the Venus in Sag is like, it's like at 1 degree. It just popped out as the Scorpio womb, It just like skirt into Sag. Like we were just a hot minute ago in Venus and Scorpio with you, right before birth. So literally like a few days prior. So it's kind of like a little bit like misleading. Like I feel like you still kind of have that Venus in Scorpio, and you thus have a lot of Scorpio, and you do have your Jupiter in Scorpio too. So I feel like you don't want to get mean with people. I feel like you're kind of like, look, don't piss me off. I don't want to get pissed off. I feel like you don't want to like, again, I just see like the King of Swords clenching his jaw. Like, I don't want to bust a cap. Like, I'm hearing that. Oh, are you a teacher? Okay. Tina says, I say that to my students all the time. Oh man, yeah, I get like a stickler energy a little bit, but I get, like, I feel you could go off. It's like I could be really mean, like I could take my red pen out on them, but I want to like, I want them to do well at the end of the day. Like, you also have a third house stellium, Mars, Neptune. Your moon is almost in your third. Interesting. Venus and Sag, yeah, they're definitely focused on. I can see how teaching might be, but yeah, I got like a testy energy. Interesting. Cool, Tina. Go, Tina. Go, Tina. It's test day. It's test day. Wow. Yeah, your North Node. Yeah. So, I just get that you don't like to feel disappointed, and maybe, yeah, like I see you kind of being like, I put this into it. I'm not going to put myself like on the pedestal for them. Like, if they don't happen to meet my expectations and standards, like, you can't take it personally. So exciting. Thank you for tuning in, Tina. Thank you for letting us into your chart. Let's see here. Who else? What else is going on? I'm like, eventually I'm going to read back over these comments because it's so interesting. But like, while I'm looking at the chart, I can't look. Let's see here. Well, Nelly says 10/22/1990. Let's clear it and ground. Let's take a look. I see a really big window here, like a huge window, like a glass window. I feel like, Nelly, I don't know if maybe you travel a lot, but there could be something that like maybe you're very open-minded even. I see that as well, some of that. I see strong Neptune, strong Pisces, strong Venus as well, Jupiter, Sag. Yeah, you're very open-minded. I get that. Even some Gemini, Virgo. I feel like you're funny. I get that as well. Like, you think you're very funny. We said you think you're very funny. Like, no, you are. I know you're funny. Well, hey, it's all subjective. I find you very funny, Nelly. But yeah, but I think you enjoy, like, yeah, you enjoy laughter. It could be your medicine at times. Let's take a look though. Hopefully you're still in the chat. Methuen, Massachusetts. I feel like you're very sensitive though as well. I hope, this is not too much information for the public chat, but yeah, I feel like at times maybe you're very sensitive, like, like you don't want to feel sad. I hear that. I mean, who does? But I get it as like, I don't want to, yeah, I would rather not feel sad. Like, maybe laughter is, your medicine. Maybe like, yeah. Okay, hold on. Methuen. How do we type this? Methuen. There we go. 10/22. Like, I feel like if you are starting to get sad, you want to like steer the car in a different direction. I just see that as a vision. It's interesting. Reminds me a little bit of Jason's energy, but like in an empowering way. We'll see. I want to look at the birth chart. 1990. Like, I feel like you try to keep your vibe high. It's like, I don't want to spend time being sad. I hear that. Like, I don't, and not that that's bad, right? If maybe there are others who do. Everyone has their currency with that emotion, but 8:19 a.m. Let's clear it. Oh, we put 8 a.m. Oops. 8:19 a.m. I feel like friends are very important too as well. And like, you don't like to feel like maybe your friends are sad or like something's going wrong or sideways. Like, you like to keep the vibe high. I hear that. Like, with your friends, you got your Mars in Gemini, Jupiter in Leo. You got Mars in the 8th. Oh, wow. We share that same placement. Yeah. I feel like I just see you laughing. Like, I see you laughing. Moon in Sag. Woo. We got 2 same placements. Wow. Your sun is in Libra. Okay. And your Venus is in Libra. You got a lot of Libra. Holy shit. Mercury in Libra. So yeah, I feel like, ascendant Scorpio, Pluto in Scorp. There we go. Maybe like, hey, I have the capacity to get like very savage, but I don't want that to happen. I hear that. Like it's to the point where, you realize you're trying to look at everything on the whole. You try to kind of see things like from the outside in. Like I realize like I could handle the situation like that, but I just don't want to. I don't want it to get to that point like where it ends up like blowing, up. And then I feel like you really try to find a way out of the I'm hearing runner chaser. Interesting. Maybe this is a type of relationship or a very particular experience you're having, something that's maybe quite challenging or at times has been challenging. Nelly, you still here? Okay, here we go. Yeah, you're so I'm just going. Because I this coming through. Okay, so Mars, yeah. So there. It's like you feel like it's a shame. Like, damn, like we could have just spent this time laughing. I'm hearing that. We could have just had fun. Like, I think you don't want to have regrets kind of vibe. Like, I don't want to look back and feel like, we broke up because of that. This is what I'm hearing. I feel like your friends really love you, Nelly. They really find you like very like, fun to be around, and they feel like they miss you as well. Aw. Oh my God, Nelly, I'm gonna cry. Nelly. Yeah, like your friends really they really appreciate you. They feel like you're a light. Like when you're not there, they're like, it's sad. I hear that. You add a lot. Maybe this is even with your business. Yeah. I feel like a sad, but it's a moment. Like I see a sad, like driving away, like in a driveway, like rain on the dashboard. Like I feel like if someone does you so called like dirty or wrong or like ignore you, they'll feel bad. It's like, no, I feel bad. Like I want to talk to Nelly again, or they just, What else? Maybe at times, you want it. Do you have a lot? You must have a lot of friends. You got your North Node Aquarius in third house. Maybe at times you skirt on like, should I go deep with this person or like, you're not sure. Sometimes you want to size people up. Like, are they gonna be dependable? But I don't think you will push them away. I feel like, let's clear it. Jupiter and Leo in the ninth house. This is a lot of fire energy. Conjunct Midhaven. Something creative. Have you ever considered maybe like entertainment, acting? Moon and Sag. Maybe even something with travel. Something with maybe content online. I hear something private though, like maybe where you got a private enterprise, but then you got like something more public, maybe something. But I feel like maybe you go through a cathartic experience every now and then, like where you want to be more private with what you do, and then you want to get more public with that. Let's clear it. Maybe you study something privately, but then you decide to eventually come out with it publicly. Maybe it's past life energy as well. What about mediumship? You paint by yourself and don't show anyone. Yeah. It could be like that. Maybe you have something that it's like me, myself, and I. Like it's my private world, but but you do that on purpose. I feel like it's something very private for you. And you do that on your own, but then maybe like one day you will be like, oh my God, why am I not sharing my gift with the world in this way? It's like, and with Jupiter and Leo, I mean, are you in the public light in any way right now? Like, because it's usually hard not to be. I feel like you may have a flip, Nelly. You might have a flip. Like one day you'll be like that token, like person who's just like, yeah, I spent like 45 years. Oh my God, I don't know, 45 is an example, but like I spent all that time doing that. And then one day I was just like, fuck it. And I just decided to do something completely different. Oh, you're writing. Interesting. Yeah. I feel like you'll know when the wave comes for you. Cause it's like, I feel like you don't like to do things like randomly. You don't want to just be like, yeah, I'm doing this for this. Like, or for that reason, like you want to be very particular. You got your North Node in the third. Definitely focus possibly even on like eventually teaching, maybe mediumship, writing. I feel like you are kind of telling yourself, I will do it when the time is right. And like, it has to feel totally like, I feel that push, even maybe from my guides or the universe. Do you channel something with maybe channeled writing, for example? Let's clear it around. So maybe do you travel a lot? I feel like you could maybe have a move coming, or there's some move related, something with a move or something. Yeah, long distance, maybe even vlogging or blogging, or maybe like videography or something like this. Quite interesting. So, but then maybe at times you're like, but I also want like more of a stable situation. Like you do have your moon in between the first and the second house. So I feel like you got a lot of friends though. Like you have a lot of friends, or you're very, very interactive. And sometimes it's like you're wondering, like, should I just ditch this situation because I need to do me? Like I gotta get on my 2 feet and do me. I'm hearing that. Maybe you feel like, well, I'm in this situation, like there is something here. I get you getting up suddenly and just like kind of leaving a situation. Oh man, you have a yacht, by the way, with your Neptune. You actually have several. Hold on. You've got hold on. Let's get down to it. You've got 2 yachts. Yeah. You've got something very particular, maybe about your life path, career, that's just so a little bit maybe like offbeat and like let's clear it, a little bit strange or quirky, and you know it though. You're like, all right, but I'm going to do it when I feel like the call. Like when I feel that pull from my guides, you must be very sensitive to the spiritual realms, like maybe your dreams, like maybe you feel like you have a lot of dreams, and like you feel like, yeah, I'm seeing a big third eye here, like you feel like you need to know what you're doing, but like on a spiritual plane. Let's clear it. Some people may be like, oh, like, but why don't you try to think of it this way? It's like, no, I feel like you have your way of interacting with your visions, and you kind of have your way. Maybe you are truly like, there's a medium energy. A lot of dreams. Oh, the bird call. Right. Like, I think you don't have a problem feeling so-called random, because it's not random to you. Like it's gotta be real. It needs to feel real. So some people may look in and be like, oh, why do they do that like that? It doesn't matter. You have your unique way and your unique talent. So, the yacht is usually kind of like that. Those who have a yacht sometimes, like, you're definitely guided, or there's some feeling of, yeah, let's clear it. There's some kind of quirky undertone to your life path. So thank you, Nelly, for letting us look at your chart. Let's look here at what else is going on. I know there are a lot of people here. This is so fun. Like, I'm so happy to look at your charts, you guys. Why did the chat not scroll? Oh no. Who is after Nelly? Shoot. Why does the chat not scrolling? Strange. Hold on, let me get into the other. Nelly, do you feel like you're in a twin flame situation? Because I'm just getting that maybe there's something very particular that you're waiting on. It's like maybe you have your eye on something. It's like maybe you want to partner up with someone very particular, and it's like you're waiting for them to so-called like be available, and that can even be, something. Yeah, there's something related, maybe a number of factors. Let's take a look though. Where is this video? Let me see. How do I scroll? Let me see. How do I scroll? Give me a second, guys. I'm going to look on the phone. It's not letting me scroll. Give me a second, guys. Oh, no. Okay, does anybody know who super chatted after Nelly? Guys, uh-oh. Anyone remember? Is it you, Callie? Okay, Callie, can you put, okay, type I'll put it in here. What was your birth information? But yeah, Nelly, there could be a focus on something, maybe, a focus on clearing before you partner with them. Feel free to let me know, Callie, your birth information. Let's take a look. I should like write it down right when you guys super chat it so that I can just put it in and go down on the list. Callie. Five, 8, 1999. Wow. 11:03 a.m. Lakewood, New Jersey. Let's clear the ground. Let's clear around. I feel there's something related to children here with you. Something with children. I also get there's something here with health with you, like naturopathy. Maybe something related. I'm hearing cloves, mint. I see you maybe even like growing a garden here stuff. Interesting. I'm getting someone like working with herbs. So I'm hearing children again. Like I see someone giving someone cough syrup. Let's pull up the chart. I see a lot of Sag energy, maybe some Pisces, some Cancer or Capricorn even. Let's get it. Let's see. Pull the birth chart out. I feel like you got a very sensitive ear. I don't know if maybe you do music or something like this, but like your senses, you got like a strong, you're able to perceive maybe even Reiki. Maybe this is something that you're interested in. Lakewood, New Jersey. This pick a card is uploading. It takes some time anyway, so we got some time here. Keep that open and loading. 5, 8. There's something with music. Something with music. I feel like it's something creative. I see you like tasting sound. I don't know what that's about. Oh, your ears are always ringing. There's something you got something very sensitive. Like I'm almost seeing like a rainbow child or something like. I feel like you were born with that though. Something that you are picking up on frequencies or something. Maybe even this is what it is. 11:03. Maybe you've got something with Virgo or Gemini even. Yeah. 11:03 a.m. But I just see you like picking up on like frequencies with your ears though. Something with your ears. Let's pull up the chart. I'm hearing salsa. Something with cooking. I don't know. Herbs. You've got a yod as well. Okay, so ascendant Leo, your Mars is at 29 of Libra. Whoa, this is you tasting and sensing. Have you like done anything like pottery or something like where I almost see you like closing your eyes and like touching stuff and then doing something with that. I don't know what that, maybe even cooking. Are you a chef? Oh, you had your aura photographed. Oh. Something with your body, like you're sensing something. Let's see what else though. Let's clear it around. Your moon in Aquarius, conjunct Uranus. Wow. That is pretty intense. You've got it in exact conjunction. Do you feel like very sensitive to energy, like very sensitive to frequency? Okay, there's something. I see you like holding herbs. Maybe, yeah, maybe there's even something. I see someone. Okay, there's something going on. Maybe you even. Okay, okay, let's narrow it down. Do you do something like Reiki? Maybe you already answered this. Let me see. Something with Reiki, with your hands, where you're able to sense even like, what is the name of that, where you're able to like, spectrometry? Is that it? Where you're able to like sense or pick up on or douse, even like with a pendulum where you can sense like where energy's at. Something with the body, like maybe even, let's clear it around. Oh, you worked on a farm where you grew herbs. I see you like with you scanning someone with your hand. I don't know, take it as you will. Like you can almost identify where there is some kind of, maybe like stagnant energy. Like, I don't know if maybe you work with like chakras. I see you with like a pendulum. Yeah. I see you like working with a pendulum, but like in terms of energy, let's clear it. You have a very intense sense of intuition. So if you suddenly get like a vision or a vibe, I feel, based on your astrology, that there is sometimes something that like you pick up on. Like I see you, but it's a sound. I don't know. You might have a lot of visions too. Yeah. You have a lot of dreams, Moon conjunct Uranus. But then there's like something interesting. Maybe you decide like that you want to create something with that. Okay, this reminded me. One time I met someone scrying. I met someone in Barcelona. It was the weirdest thing. I was sitting in the restaurant, and all of a sudden, like I turn, and this girl turns. We both turn. Our backs were to one another. All of a sudden, we all start talking. Like my table starts talking to her table, and then we come down to it. And I was like, yeah, I do like spiritual work and like tarot reading and astrology. She goes, oh my gosh, I do like dream work therapy. So yeah, and it was very interesting. And so she would like dream for her clients, and then she would interpret her dreams. So I'm just like thinking of that right now. Your Venus is in Gemini in the 11th house. You got a lot of Aquarius. Have you considered starting maybe like a vlog or some kind of platform where you can document even like your experiences? Because maybe there are people who have very similar experiences. Can be. North Node and Leo in the first house. Maybe there's a question of like whether or not you want to be public with this or how public you'd like to be with this. If you want to be in the public light, maybe sometimes you question. Oh, you got your sun in Taurus. Okay, Saturn in Taurus in the 10th. Sometimes I feel, okay, Jupiter in Aries conjunct Midhaven. Interesting. Mars for you again, right? Almost in Scorpio, and Pluto for you in the 5th, and Chiron. Have you considered something like drama? Maybe like, how do we say, like drama? Like maybe even like screenplay writing. Where you write like a drama movie or a drama novel. I'm hearing this. It could be a metaphor. It's interesting. But I get that you have visions. I get like a classic, like, yeah. I got like you can like touch an object and you get vibes. Or for example, what's that thing where you touch a book and you can read it? It's something like that. And yeah, maybe you had this in your upbringing, some kind of talented years from when you were young. So that's very interesting. You have a stellium in the 10th. Cool. Thank you so much, Callie, for letting us look at your chart. Yeah, very cool. Let me see you guys. Shoot, who are we losing? Who was after Callie? Maybe we can move backwards. Thank you guys so much for your super chats. If you did super chat and you put your birth information, can you type your birth information? Can you put like it in the chat? Because for some reason it's not popping up again. Maslow. Okay, 3/20/1989. 3/20/1989. 8:53 p.m. Phoenix, Arizona. Let's see. Okay, Maslow, I feel like you've got something with textbooks here. I see you with like a stack of papers. Like I see you like maybe studying something, researching something. I get like almost like I get who's the dude in the movie Lord of the Rings? Like a hobbit. Hold on. Okay, I see someone, maybe it's that you have a lot of information. I see like a hermit type. maybe someone who's got a lot of Virgo. Clear it. You have a lot of ideas. I feel like sometimes you feel like your head is not big enough for the ideas. Like you got too many ideas and then it's overwhelming. I feel that like it's like, yeah, your ideas, like they move outside of your actual like brain. Maybe that's a metaphor. Like maybe sometimes you feel like you are overwhelming yourself with your ideas. Like you have so many ideas, or there are something quirky about those ideas that your brain doesn't have the capacity to interpret it maybe. And you know that in the moment. But then it's not that it's not true or not real. So you have to like maybe ground yourself with that at times. Wow. You're very open-minded in your hobbit hole. Yeah. I feel you got a hobbit vibe. Oh, you're working on your master's in clinical and forensic psychology. Shit. So interesting. Let's see. Let's pull up your chart. Maslow. I feel like you find yourself very interesting. I just get that. That's great. I mean, you should. Why not? I feel like you are very much grounded, like kind of in you and who you are and yourself. It's like I'm good. Like I know I'm good, but like at times I feel like I see you like, grazing your proverbial like your chin. Well, I don't know. We're down here. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I don't know. It's interesting. You like thinking a lot about things. Like even if you do get frustrated, you don't really let it get to you. It's like, all right. It's like you take time, you step away. I see a strong Virgo archetype. Phoenix. Like that there's always more to the story. I feel like you can entertain yourself quite easily. It's just a vibe. Like if you're got a really wild maybe imagination, or you can think very creatively about a lot of things. But yeah, like if you're alone, like you're cool. You don't need like constant stimulation from the outside world. Possibly. Let's take a look. Of course, this is just, what I'm just picking up on, but you take it as you want. Maslow. Something about humor. Like, I think you can, I think you have a good time with yourself. Whoa. You got a star? You do have a star? Wait. You've got, like, a quasi, like, Jewish star in your chart. You do have a yod. You got several yods. That's not easy necessarily. That's not necessarily easy. Let's clear it. But it is hard. It's not hard, and it's not easy. Huh? Okay. Like, yeah, I feel like you're working with like something that's a duality complex. Oh, your name is Brittany. Okay. The humans call me Brittany. I feel like there's something that maybe even like truly you understand, like you understand the duality of everything in life. Maybe at times, wow, take it as you will, but then at times like that not everybody will be on the same page with you on that, or you realize inherently that you do have a unique perspective. Like, do you sometimes have trouble like thinking like, am I going a little too far here with this? Like maybe sometimes you feel like your moon is in Virgo and your sun is 0 of Aries. So you are almost 0 Pisces, Venus in Pisces, Mercury in Pisces. Like, I think you're like, look, I know I'm not crazy, but it's all like, it's all application. Like in the sense of saying like, okay, how do we say this? You have this understanding of maybe like a number of experiences in life. You realize though that maybe like not a lot of people share that same ability to expand their mind to understand where you're coming from. It's something I'm hearing that as well. Like maybe you have a strong visual capability even on like 5D, on different dimensions, but you realize like, okay, like maybe like they haven't ascended yet. I hear that as well. Or there's something you got to be patient with. I hear that with the human race. Oh my God. Brittany. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay. You say, you need to ground frequently. Because I feel like you can literally like you got so many ideas but some of them are maybe on like different timelines, and I feel you have to look at yourself and be like, okay, like maybe my audience is not ready yet for this, or maybe like I know that this is true, but like they're not ready for that truth yet, like to be told. Wow, let's clear it. You do have your Mars and Gemini in the 8th. Maybe sometimes you feel you need to just tone it down, like maybe with like what you feel, like maybe you feel like others are not ready for those truths. Maybe you oftentimes come into contact with people who you feel are not ready to like, maybe you're triggering to them. You can be triggering to them. Yeah. It's like, or you feel things about them. You're just not sure if they're ready to know that. Well, you did say that you are in forensic, right? Let's clear it. Hopefully this is not like, hopefully this is like helpful. Oh yeah, love going to possibilities and crazy ideas. I feel that. I feel like you love it, but then it's like, and you can have a great time like in that world, but then you're like, shit, is it too far? Am I taking it too far with them? Like, it's interesting. I think like, look, you got a lot of visions that maybe you bring from prior lifetimes, and like you're like you got your own way about life, and yeah, I feel like your guides maybe sometimes like you feel the need to tone your ideas down. I don't know what I don't know what that means. You got 3 odds. Wait, let's check it out. It's like, I know I'm hearing this. I'm not saying you're weird. What's wrong with being weird? But it's like, I know I'm like, yeah, if I were to tell this person this, they would think I'm going bananas. This is just what I'm hearing. You've got, I think, about 4 odds. And it's interesting because I think that you do know it's not random. Your ideas are not random, but like you can when someone's not ready for your ideas. You have a grand water trine as well. So I think like, yeah, sometimes you get a little bit like impatient though. Yeah, with like the 3D. Yes. Yeah, I see you kind of being like, I'm cool. I'm cool like on my own. Like, I'll be cool. I'll be cool. I feel like you have like at times this humor about that, Like, all right, they think I'm a weirdo. It's okay. I am a weirdo though. I'm hearing that. That's fine. It's okay. Yeah. Because the truth is, all right, that little do they know, it's not just that I may be a weirdo, I am a weirdo. They're all up in here just thinking I'm a weirdo. Little do they know I am. It's like very big weirdo, love and life. No, but that's a great thing. Oh my God. Like, yeah, because I feel like you got these revolutionary ideas and energies, and I feel you're the classic, like, I don't fit in archetype. Like, I'm not going to be a cookie cutter. Okay. Like maybe at times, like, yeah. And people kind of, yeah, they feel like they can control you. Like, it's like, yeah. And you purposely standing out. It's like, I'm cool with that. I'm hearing this. So yeah, like you can entertain yourself like easily. I feel you're an old soul. I want to pull a card here. Let's get a few cards here. I feel like, listen, no, but it's like you understand. You're like, okay, Earth is not ready for like maybe my talents. Maybe, for example, you have an idea. Maybe even you pitch this idea and like people are making fun of it at a certain point. It's like, I don't care. I know for myself like what I know, and I'm going to be proud with that. So, and I remember like, yeah, like when I wanted to start like myself, when I wanted to start like a fashion app or something, and like I felt it was a great idea, and like some people just, they weren't in it. Their mind could not move beyond that. I'm seeing the number 4 here for you. But I didn't take it personally, It's like, okay, it's all relative. Like you're not maybe very high vibration, and that like not everyone is. Yeah, you're not going to take it personally. Knight of Wands. I feel like you listen. Ace of Wands. Interesting. Okay, you do have your sun in Aries. Yeah, but I feel like you can also, maybe you can slash and dash people. It's like, I know I could definitely like make them just kind of like, feel totally worthless. Oh no, Virgin reverse. Oh man, I feel like you got something going on with your spirit guides. Like you're kind of like on autopilot a little bit at times. Like you know that, how do I say this? Like, how do I say this? You're a light worker. You're not, yeah. And people can't really mess with you, and you know that. So sometimes you're like, I can just like honestly like get away with this. I'm hearing that as well. Oh my God. Maslow. I mean, Brittany. Yes, right. The Pluto in Scorp in the first house, right? Ascendant in Libra. It's like, yeah, I feel it's the type of thing where you're good on your own. Like, you could seriously, Queen of Pentacles. I think you're a real old soul. Like, you have experiences from past lifetimes. I do get that sometimes, though, maybe it is a little lonely. Like, hey, okay, at the end of the day, like, I do want to eat this hot tamale with someone. Like, I don't want it to get cold. I'm hearing that with the Ace of Wands. Let's clear it. Yeah. Sometimes there are things that really upset you. Maybe even at times you're like, why is, like, the universe like this? Like, like why would that happen like that? But you can't. Yeah, I don't think you really worry. You got a strong connection to your guides. Like, I think they calm you down like whenever things get really like you know. Yeah. I see you going with the flow. That's very cool. Enjoy, Maslow. Enjoy. Thank you so much for letting us into your world. How exciting. You guys, everyone is awesome. Everyone is, yeah, and this is by no means the extent. I mean, I have spent so many years just looking at my birth chart, and like, I still don't know my extent of my birth chart, and there's so many factors at play. Like, so yeah, and this is just my interpretation, of course. But yeah, you're definitely inspiring. And it's the fact that sometimes it's not like, hey, I'm going to stand for this openly. Like, it's that I'm going to walk away from this. And like, if you don't understand who I am right now, that's cool. I will find my soul tribe in here as well. Like, I will just be going on my way. And that's part of it. Cause you realize like, you're not going to get caught up in the drama of like, why isn't this manifesting? Like for you, I feel like that's so much part of it is so much part of that is your vibration. Like you realize like the point at which, you know, okay, it's a matter of vibration. I'm not going to drain myself. Like, you know, to make up with this person. I hear that as well. So it's clear. So wait, oh my God, wait, who is after Maslow? Oh dear. Why they don't let me like scroll up? Like strange. Can someone let me know? Okay. Oh, Jamel, 12/14/1987. But yeah, Maslow, I'm just hearing like your spirit guides got you. Like, don't, yeah. This is just what I'm hearing. When it comes to partnerships and relationships, like you feel, yeah, that, yeah, you're guided. Like you feel, you're not going to take it personally if something falls through or like you see beyond it. And I think you do like circle it back to like, there's a reason why this is happening. And it's related to your mission. I hear that. So 12/14/1987, Jamel, let's take a look, Jamel. Oh my God. I got this like extremely fast moving energy for you. Like I get like a fast, like a strong Gemini, like Mercury, like I see something moving like so many revolutions like per second. I just get that right there. This could be a strong Virgo, strong Mercury. I get like a very high vibration as well here, like excited energy. Okay, let's see. Jamel. I get a lot of Pisces as well here. But yeah, one more note. Sorry, Maslow. I feel like there is something here as well with your creative work. Like maybe at times, whatever it is that you experience, like you take that and you sort of infuse it in what you create, like what you, yeah. Because you could do a flip, you know? It's like, well, this situation was really sucky at a certain point, and then you kind of get to that point where you're like, I don't need to, you know, it's not going to be called sucky at the end of the day. It's going to be something that assists in, you know, you realize there's a point to everything like that. That's going to assist in your broader creative project. I hear that. Jamel. Project Jamel. Maybe you like, you know, sorry, Jamel, Maslow, maybe you, maybe DJing between birth charts, Maslow's, maybe you get to the point where even like someone really pisses you off and then you turn them into like your pet project. It's like, okay, I'm going to just like, you triggered me. I'll figure you out now, you know, something like that. So I get like, there's a transmuter energy. So yeah, let's get down to it here. Jamel, Spirit, 12/14/1987, 6:20. But yeah, I'm so sorry. Oh shit. No, listen, I still got some messages here for Maslow. If Maslow is still even in the room at this point. I'm just getting like this perspective as well of really quick here before I pull up your chart. I feel like there's always going to be a meaning behind everything. And so maybe, for example, like I see you scrapbooking like your experiences and sort of wanting even maybe to like create something from your experiences. So that's just coming through again. Let's get into it now. Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls? Are you in New York? Oh, we have the trolls. Who is this? Jamal. Are you in New York? Oh, Canada. Okay, Niagara Falls, Canada. Let's see. New York, probably not. Niagara Falls, New York. I get a very bright aura. Oh my god. Like, I see you, like, very excited about something. Like, I see you getting so excited about something here. You know, maybe it's in general, like, when you get excited, you get very excited. I see maybe a strong Jupiter, Virgo, Gemini energy. Like, wow. I see you, like, very bright. Let's get cards. Let's get the chart. I see you very curious, you know? Shit, I put New York. Why did I do that? Niagara. It's clear. Niagara Falls. Okay. I feel like you try to keep an open mind with things as well. Jupiter and Aries. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Your sun in Sag in the first house of Aries. Interesting. Venus and Cap in the second house. Okay. North node in Pisces. Mercury for you, is it on the ascendant? Mercury 16 of Sag. 4 degrees of Sag. It's in your first house. Interesting. In Aries. I see you when you think of something, you get so excited. Like, there's something like, and I think that's your meter. It's like, if I'm not getting excited about this, then it's like I'm like, it's a sign for me. And maybe sometimes, like, you get very excited and you go for it and you really, like, it's like you want it really badly, you know, especially with the Mars conjunct Pluto. Interesting. Maybe you get very focused on projects even at times, and you just get very, like, focused. And I feel like that's great because you can take that places. Even, let's say, if you got, like, a plan, maybe you want to do, like, fundraising. Have you ever considered fundraising? Like, maybe you start a project or idea and then you gather interest or attention around it. Maybe even something like marketing can be. Janelle, you still there? Jamel. I feel like certain things really fascinate you. Like, certain things, very particular things. I think there are certain things, like, if something is kind of different or quirky, it's like, wow, it's, like, so cool. I hear that. Oh. Hey, Athena. Yes, we are doing birth charts. Let's see. I feel like some things have to give you some sort of return in some way. I'm just hearing that. Like, you have to feel kind of that, you know, there's more to the story than just kind of what is promised. I hear that as well. Like, I think that when you meet people, you do have high expectations. This is what I'm getting. Like, you don't want to meet someone. I kind of get, like, a very excited energy, and then it's like, I hope I'm not going to be disappointed. I just see that and hear that. I'm hearing photography. It's like, I really want to feel like this is going to work out. I get, like, when you get hooked on something, it's like you're like a pit bull. Like, you don't let go. I'm hearing that as well. Mars conjunct Pluto. I'm hearing he better not talk like that. I'm hearing that. Okay. I feel like you're feisty at times. Yes. Even if, let's say, you're a feminine energy or you associate as feminine, like, largely, like, maybe people feel like you're very assertive sometimes or aggressive. You're very active, very physical. But then I think sometimes maybe, like, if something's turning you off, it's going to really start sliding down the hill. Like, it's not attractive anymore. I hear that. Like, especially if you feel like someone's not putting in effort or, like, they're not as excited as you, like, you're going to, like, yeah, I think it's a little all or nothing at times. Is that true? If you feel guided to share in the chat. I think you get very excited by things. I just keep seeing that. Especially if, let's say, there's something financial involved, like maybe finances mixed with, like maybe your ideal is like, oh my God, I'd love to start a business with, like, my significant other. Wow. Yeah. Like, I feel like your dream would be to have, like, it's like okay. I don't want to say you're, like, idealistic, but, like, you are. I feel like you have, like, this idea of, like, I want everything to be like that, I want that to be like that, and then we could be like this, and you got this vision, like, you live in the dream state. which is so interesting. That's very Neptune, very, very Jupiter, very Pisces, very Sag. Your moon is like right on the cusp between Virgo and Libra. You're right around like 22 degrees of Libra, 20 right at the end of Virgo. Your midheaven's in Virgo. I feel like you get so excited about ideas, and then it's like you push this ball up the mountain, like this ball of excitement up the mountain, and then it's like you want to see people react and respond. And that could honestly even be related to your career. That can be something related to your career. Like, let's say you launch, I feel like you would be so excited by something where you gotta like maybe even promote a campaign, and like you push a campaign out, and then you get so excited to see the response to that. Like, oh my God, like, how do they respond? But I see you liking like a fast paced energy. Like, I see you kind of like in New Yorker kind of vibe. And I think you get a little irritated, like when people are not reacting or responding, like, or they're not enthusiastic. It's like, what's wrong with you? Why are you not like, can you like hurry up with that? I'm hearing that kind of vibe. Like, you don't have time for the Debbie Downer energy, something like this. I feel like you could honestly, there's something going on with finances. Maybe there's a really interesting idea here for you with Venus, Neptune, Uranus. Like, maybe you even want to like launch a product and like get funding. Again, that's coming through funding or fundraising, something with like innovation, technology, science. Like, but for you, I feel like you want to go all out like almost immediately. And you feel like you test people, like the first impression you get. Like, I see you sitting down at dinner with someone. It's like, you're just sizing them up right there. It's like the first few moments, like, you're gonna just read them like a book. Like, are you here? Like, I'm gonna gauge you in the first few minutes. Like, I get like a speed dating energy. Yeah, it's interesting. Wow. North Node in Pisces. Yeah, I feel like you have no problem letting things go that just don't. Well, they don't matter. 11 light. But I feel like you gave it a chance. Like, if you gave someone a chance and like you really were there, it's like, if you show up, period, it's proof like that you were interested. This is what I kind of got. Like, I don't feel you like to play games with that. But especially like when it comes to finances, you want to feel like whoever's going to show up, it really matters. Like, you need to really look at maybe their whole life, and you feel like you look at that. It's almost like a hiring energy. Maybe you'd be really good at hiring people, or even auditing. Can be. I feel like at times you do feel like disheartened when people are not on the same page with you. Like, why are they acting strange like that? Like, you feel like, I just wanted to have fun, or like that would just be fun. Like, why can't we like let that just like roll like that? And that really irritates you or pisses you off sometimes with Chiron and Gemini in the 7th house. Like, you got kind of like a little bit bent out of shape sometimes with that. Like, why can't we just watch a movie and like enjoy the popcorn? Like, I don't know. Maybe like sometimes people like they put your ideas down and it's like, what the fuck, bro? I'm hearing that. I think it's a great idea. Like, you get very excited. I feel like you want to work with a team of people who are going to like empower you with your ideas. Intergalactic speed dating. So interesting, Jamel. Wow. Everyone's chart very interesting. And, I mean, hey, it's all interpretation. Take it where you take it. But yeah, I feel like something about finances. So either maybe like you want to talk to people about finances, or that turns you on, or like, I mean, yeah, your Venus is in Cat, and you do have Mars conjunct Pluto in Scorpio. Like, I feel like you got to get vulnerable. Like, you feel like people got to get vulnerable with you. If they're too stingy or like whatnot, I feel it's going to be a turnoff possibly. And then it's just like, nah, like you're not willing to really like open up. But I think there's a point with that. I don't know. Hold on, let's clarify. Something with like others as assets. I think you're quick to let go of something and maybe like pass your judgment. Like, oh, no. I see you like have no problem clicking next on chat roulette. Something like that. Is Jamel still here? Just stopped commenting. Yeah, like right now. Bye, Nat. I feel like you're like a judge even. Maybe you would do like very well like in a judge like role. Yeah. Got to meet in the middle. Yeah. It's like, or it's a no. but I get that that's even something with finances. So maybe there's something here that, like, you know, I feel like you will think about that in relationship. Like, let's clear it. I don't really think you will totally let yourself be carried away. Like, you still got an eye on, like, what's going in, what's going out. Maybe this is you with your business. Like, you kind of, like, maybe are very aware of who's doing what when it comes to the financial side of the business. So that's interesting. And you have Venus in Cap. So maybe there's something entrepreneurial you're interested in. Wow. Thank you so much for letting us tune into your chart. Yeah. Family is very important to you as well, possibly, like the concept of family, but like, yeah. I feel like, yeah, I think that you're a fighter type, like, moon in Libra, yeah, conjunct the midheaven in Virgo. Definitely there could be a focus on law. And well, with the Sag energy, it's like, I see like a booming energy. Like, I get like almost like a Colin Powell vibe. He is in Aries. He was in Aries. He had a lot of Aries, and so do you. I'm just kind of seeing that you have a first house stellium. So it's like, I'm not fucking shy. Like, I see you like it's like, yeah, no, I see your upper chakras, like you got a very strong solar plexus. Let's clear it. It's like, I'm not shy. I'm not ashamed. I see like you got this radiating sort of, yeah. It's very interesting. I think you want to get along with people, but then you're not shy to like kind of be like, hey, you're not acting right. I'm hearing that. Yeah. This is reminding me of who was it who had the Venus conjunct Pluto in their ninth house? It was in their ninth house. It's like the auditor energy, you could call it out too. Yeah. You guys can work together. Yeah. I feel like you try not to take it personally, like, oh, he's shady. Okay. I think you will like feel pissed for a sec, but then you will get on with your day. Yeah, something like that. Interesting. But yeah, I see like something kind of very like, yeah, peacock chest-ish, like I see you like just, what is it called, the parachute? Like, I see like a militant energy, even kind of like a military energy, like. So like, was there a very strong father figure growing up or something like that in the childhood environment? Because you do have Jupiter and Aries in the fourth house. Something here. Like, maybe you learn like self-control from a very young age or something like that as well. I'm hearing that with Jupiter and Aries in the fourth. There's something like about an upbringing or something about maybe wanting to be like, there's something about a leadership capacity. Or maybe it's related to your career. Like, I feel like you could be a camp counselor as well. Like, you could just tell those kids where to go. I don't know. Like, you'll give them tough love. Like, you're not going to be so, you're not going to feel bad about being like, snack time's over, if it needs to be that way. Which is what I'm getting. Like a drill sergeant. Okay, yeah. It says your dad was like a drill sergeant. Jupiter and Aries. Yeah, in the fourth house. Like, there's something about that. Like, maybe there was something like of an example here. So it's interesting. Okay. So yeah. Well, out of curiosity, like, how do you see the concept of family today? Like, is it something where you're like, I don't want to be involved in family, or is it something like, it's something very particular? Like, if you start a family, like, it's something you want to be very particular with how you start a family. I hear that. I don't know. It's interesting. Like, something like this. You guys, this is so fun. I mean, I could go on for hours. Like, I want to do everyone's chart. Who is next? Who put the birth chart next? And maybe like we'll come back to this and we can look at the same chart again and see what comes up. So anybody remember who else donated after Jamel? We did the super chat. Francesca, what is your 3887? Francesca, I feel like you've got this. Let's clear it. Okay, I see a very streamlined energy here, and I see I see that you're very you pick up on the details of almost everything. Like you're very sensitive. I see that you're very creative. I see you something with Pisces energy and Libra. Let's see here. Hold on, 3-8, 87. I feel like if someone hurts your feelings, like you will try to look at what the prompt was for that. I think you don't want to judge people. You don't really want to have yeah, I think you try to transmute. 333 is your birth time, okay? PM. Let's take a look, Francesca. I feel like if you're irritated, like you will try to calm down, like you want to like kind of just bring yourself back down. Like you have maybe like a way of doing so, like you have your rhythms, maybe your routines, like you have like certain things that calm you down. Maybe you listen to like binaural beats or something like this. So you like kind of like, okay, I need to calm down. Like I don't want to let this get the best of me. I'm hearing that. Like I don't want this person to like, but then I think sometimes maybe then you're like, nah, they piss me off. I'm hearing that as well. But maybe you gauge like, if you've got a lot of Scorpio, it would be the case, especially like, let's take a look though. 3 p.m. Oh yeah, Venus and Aquarius. It's like, I want us all to get along. Like, why do they have to be so strange? Okay. It's okay, they're strange. And it's like you try to like go out of that and like understand like, Russian doll style. Sun, yeah, you're Pisces, moon in Cancer, okay? And you're right on the cusp between moon and Gem and moon and Cancer, Mars and Taurus. That's that streamline energy. Yeah, I feel like you try to temper yourself. Like sometimes maybe you feel like, but like, why did they do that to me? Like, what an ass. I hear that. I see like someone like rolling up like a newspaper. Interesting. Oh, classical and breathing. Yeah, I see that you have like your way, but then you still get to that point where you're like, okay, that's it. It needs to be a telenovela moment. Like I see that. You got your sun in the 8th. There we go. That's a Scorpio. Yeah, I think sometimes you need to have your Pluto on an axis point. You have it on the 4th house cusp. So I think, though, that you try not to let things get out of hand. And you try to come from a space of, like, openness and understanding. And, like, okay, that person did something weird. And I'm going to try to see it from another perspective. Like, there's a reason why they did that. And I feel like you really try to come from that space. But at times, like, please, like, we are all in the human form as well. And yeah, let's clear it. We are all here, like, also interacting with these different ways that people interact with us. Sometimes I feel like maybe you get overwhelmed and, okay, how do we say? You got your rising in Leo. Like, sometimes if you feel dismissed, how do we say this? I feel like you try to say, well, look, they're not trying to personally dismiss me. But if you, and I feel you try to, like, tame it down, like tame the wild beast. Like, okay, they're not taking a jab at me. It's not personal, but like if they do kind of, yeah, if there's a little click moment and you go into a Pluto rage, it's like, oh hell no, I see that. But then I feel like you do have Jupiter in the 8th as well. But I don't think that, I think you don't like to be taken advantage of. All right, who does? But you know what I mean? Like, are they like, hold on a second, like they're trying to like take advantage? Like, I'm hearing that. Yeah. Francesca says, yes, please don't make my eye twitch. Yeah. Like, I know you listen. Yeah. I think like, I mean, he's not listening. I see you like kind of tapping your foot, but you do have like open-mindedness when it comes to many different types of like behaviors. Have you considered something like psychology? Like, it's clear. Maybe even law. I'm hearing that. I hear that you are a skilled debater. Like, I feel like you look at people, you're like, all right, I know where they're coming from. I can kind of like, I'm going to keep my cool. I see you like, yeah, kind of just observing. You're a very close observer. You do have Pluto, Mars in opposition. This is very interesting. And it's literally like right on the axis of your IC and your midheaven. I think like you can, okay, so you're definitely a transmuter. I'm curious, like, is this something that you already like realize? Like you have the ability? Oh, you did psychology, but it's too draining. Yeah, I feel like you don't want it to get too like you like to keep things kind of even maybe at times like at a distance, or you want to have boundaries. Like maybe something gets too overwhelming for you. Like I don't want to absorb everyone's like energy. I'm hearing that as well. Okay, so your North Node in Aries. I get that at the end of the day you got a lot of water in your chart, but I feel like you keep trying to remind yourself, look, I need to feel empowered, like no matter what I do, and I should really come first. I hear that. Yep. North Node in Aries, like it comes back down to me and how I feel, and in my life story. Do I feel like I'm a leader? I'm in an entrepreneurial position. I hear that. Wow. So interesting. Maybe there's like, yeah, something that transmuting. Very creative energies. Like maybe you want to start something here, like maybe like I don't know, like if you started some kind of project, something entrepreneurial, maybe even something where I think that you don't really like to be so hands-on because you also realize that people are disrespectful. I'm getting that. Like, I don't need to deal with that. This is what I'm getting. Like, you don't want to be absorbing people's like also their pain, their so-called problems with their trauma. I feel like Francesca, like you're very aware as well of where people are not willing to do their own work. And so then maybe that's why you stepped away from psychology. It can be like maybe you absorb energy and you don't want to be in that situation anymore. So it's like, but you're still a healer, but you're a transmuter. I see that. So I think that the big thing here is like, I don't want to be stepped on. I don't want to be taken advantage of. I'm hearing that. So my career and my healing gifts should also serve me. I shouldn't feel like I'm being pulled outside of myself. If I'm helping someone, but then I'm feeling drained, then I'm not helping them really, because I'm feeding, a situation that's not going to be the best for all, because it should at the end of the day help everyone in that situation. That's what I'm getting. Oh, interesting. It's clear. You do have Saturn and Sag in the 5th house. You do have your North Node in the 9th. So Mars in Taurus. Yeah. So I feel like, you want to like really keep grounded. Like maybe you have things where you're like, okay, this keeps me grounded. Maybe even buying and selling things, restoration, restoring things, objects, even collecting things. Venus and Aquarius in the 6th, opposed to your ascendant in Leo. Interesting. Maybe even at a certain point, like you were in the limelight, or you will be, and like maybe you decide like I need to have boundaries with that. Like I don't want all this attention on me all the time. I hear that. Oh, the beach, nice, yeah. But you do have your moon in the 11th, so, and in Cancer. So it's hard because like you do maybe find yourself oftentimes in situations or like in environments where it's like, damn, like I could really help them out in this situation, but then I feel like at times you're constantly sort of like you're thinking, well, is it good for me? Is this going to serve me? So it's interesting. Thank you so much, Francesca, for letting us look at your chart. What else though, really quickly? Yeah, I think like because the North Node with the Mars, it's like, what is it that brings me in a balanced way towards others? So cool. What else, you guys? Who else had donated? This freaking chat won't let me scroll. So I think it was SV. We have I see Angela. Angela is 11/24, 1968. It's clear around. Angela, what is your Julia as well. Julia is, try to get it through as much as we can. Julia is 4/3/1984. Julia, what is your birth city? And same, Angela. What are your birth cities? Clear and Brown. And I think it was SV. SV had donated as well. Oh my gosh. JS. Brooklyn, New York, 327. 327, 1992. I'm hearing tweet. Okay, I'll just jump right into your chart because I'm hearing something here for you right here. Brooklyn, New York, 1:22 a.m. Thanks if we get to it. Oh, that's very kind. Okay, let's pull your chart up. Let's go down. Okay, JS. I see something with flowers here for you, like something with working with herbs, even nature. I see you like with somewhere where there's really fresh air. Interesting. Brooklyn, New York. Something with the weather. I don't know. I see you looking up at the clouds, like outside, and you're like looking at the weather. Could be a metaphor. Let's see. 1:22 a.m. Something though with water. I hear there's with water, weather, the elements. Interesting. Maybe even tarot. I see that. I don't know if maybe you're a reader already, but let's see. Oh. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting this. I feel like I'm seeing something about weather patterns here. JS. Something about weather patterns. Oh, Dev. Okay, let me write you down, Dev. Hope we can get to all this. It's clear around 1994. 1735. Longwood, Florida. Oh, Angela. 3:35 p.m. SV is okay. Let me write this down now that we're here. SV is 7:20, 1988. Oh my God, guys! I hope we will get to this. 3:06 a.m. Austin, Texas. Okay, we're gonna get to it. Shot, Angela. Okay. Marietta, Georgia. Marietta, Georgia. Oh, Meredith. Okay, so hold on. Okay. So, okay. Okay, so, okay, hold on. JS. You guys, thank you so much. This is so cool. Thank you for letting me into like your world. Meredith. Is that the last one? Okay. If you donate after this point, probably, I don't know if we will get to you today. I'm not sure. Maybe next time. So as a heads up. Okay, Lisa, I got you too. All right, Lisa, Meredith. Thank you guys so much for your support. Let me see here. What were we doing? Alwyn. Okay. Vivian. Oh man. Okay. So all right. Okay, so hold on. We'll go one by one, guys. Okay, 4. Meredith. JS. JS, let's look at your chart. Let's take a look. I see something with weather. I see something with weather patterns. And I see something with like I straight up see like rain. I see like wind. I see clouds. I see the sky. I see you looking at the sky. I see like herbs and stuff, like or looking at herbs, touching plants. It's very interesting. Maybe you're like, are you interested in herbalism? SV? I mean JS. Shoot, we're getting mixed up here. JS. I wish there was a way for like me to highlight and like bring this person's comment up into like a bigger chat screen. You still here, JS? Let me pull up the chat here on this. J? S? Well, okay. We will continue. Maybe you're like, maybe she left right at like weather. She's like, what the fuck? What do you mean I'm doing weather stuff? Bye. I'll tell you the weather now. Time to go. Yeah, looking cloudy in the chat now. Nah. But yeah, I'm getting like something with weather. I don't know, maybe like you're a meteorologist or something with weather or weather patterns. Like I feel like maybe like, because yeah, even with the Neptune and the moon, maybe it's related like to the moon cycle. Maybe you work with the moon cycle. Maybe there's something with like, yeah, like nice. I see you working with like the waves even. Wow. Well, the moon impacts water. It impacts the waves. This is playing over here. Bro, JS, you still here? All right. It's okay. So Uranus here as well. Yeah, no, this is like, let's clear it. There are like trends even. Maybe you like do trend forecasting or something of that nature, maybe astrology. I see you doing funny memes, like even blogging or posting like funny content online. North Node on the ascendant in Capricorn. You got a lot of Capricorn. Wow. No wonder you're not on the chat anymore. You don't have time for that. Oh, man. Oh, no, you're still here. Herbs and plants. Yes. Oh, that's okay. Oh, that's okay. So, yeah, I'm saying herbs and plant. Right. So there's something going on here. Maybe even like you create something. Maybe you do tincture stuff. Maybe you do tinctures, but I'm also seeing you doing like something funny online, like something funny with memes or something. I see you like putting like herbs into a stew. The sun in Aries. Wow. I feel you working with like something with patterns of weather, or maybe you're very sensitive to maybe even the moon cycle. Do you feel like you have a lot of synchronicities that take place around you? It's clear. I feel like you work with the moon. Do you work with the moon? I feel you do work with the moon. Interrogation. Excuse me, sir. Do you work with the moon? Yeah, it's like, you do. Okay. I'm just getting that. I don't know. The sun. Maybe even I'm seeing something with like illustrating. I feel like you're a very talented illustrator or something, like working with your hands. Maybe you're holding crystals or herbs. I see you doing something with like a farm even at a certain point. Maybe something like that. Maybe crystals and herbs. Like I'm seeing a bundle of like even Palo Santo, like tied to like crystal. But it's something maybe you energize, like objects, something like that. It's clear. Do you work with the weather? I hear that again. Oh my god. I'm seeing something with like the ocean even though. So maybe you like, I see you taking like rocks or stones or like something like to the ocean and you're like working with that. Maybe you have like a collection even of objects. Something. Venus and Pisces. Interesting. I see you like you take in the weather. Maybe you're doing like crystal grid earth clearing and cleansing and grounding. Mars in Aquarius. I feel like you might be interested in maybe like working with a community, something about what you do and then projecting or presenting that online. Like maybe, for example, like it would be so cool to like document what you do, maybe in video form, like online even. Let's clear it, but only if you feel guided, of course, whatever you feel guided to do. But this is just coming through. It's like I see you collecting crystals or stones, and then maybe you even like kind of energize them. I'm seeing that. Yeah. And maybe like sound healing, or you apply sound to like objects, like you energize objects with like sound healing. Like, you know, the sound bowl. I'm seeing that as well. It's kind of interesting. Wow. Like talismans even. Maybe you have like an Etsy shop. Something like that. Venus and Pisces though in the second. Yeah. Like I feel like you maybe even like there's something about something you create. Maybe you create like healing objects. How do we describe this? Like you energize objects with an intention and maybe you sell them. This is kind of what I'm saying. Maybe even like tinctures, you know? I'm hearing, yeah, something like this. But I see that it's like your own thing. It's clear. Maybe even like you have your face like printed somewhere, like it's your own situation. Maybe even like you design your own tarot cards or something like that. It can be. Wow. Maybe you even like travel and you uncover objects like in different places, like yeah, but then you kind of make it your own. Something like that. Pressure in the throat chakra. You do something with music. So what else? Saturn in the second. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting here. Oh, here we go. JS. Yeah, I feel like yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. I see you kind of like maybe even holding like a retreat. Let's clear it. I see like, yeah, somewhere really grassy. I'm almost seeing like an herb shop even. For example, well, you're in Brooklyn. Okay, there's this place called, I think it's called the Alchemist Kitchen. It's not in Brooklyn. It's actually in Manhattan. I'm just thinking of that here with you. It's called the Alchemist Kitchen. Like I feel like this is something kind of interesting. Maybe it literally says like celebrate the power of plants. Kind of cool. So, what else? Yeah, thank you so much for letting me look at your chart, JS. Wow. Let's get into the next person here. Who was it? Let's do here. Deb. Deb, I feel like you get very tired here with things. Like when you get tired, you get very tired with them. Maybe you put a lot of energy into some things sometimes, and then it ends up kind of feeling very how do we say this? I feel like you got a lot of Cancer in your chart, a lot of Leo, a lot of Virgo. Like you get very excited and passionate, and then you end up feeling like at times, sometimes like maybe drained or bummed out, like a little bit like sad. Like why did they do that? Like I'm hearing this. Take it as you will. It's reminding me a little bit of one of the last. I see someone listening to like music. Like I'm hearing a Shantae. I think you try to not. You don't want to. You don't want to think about like really like you don't want to think about why people do what they do, but like sometimes it really bothers you, like why that person did that thing in that way at that time in that moment. That's clear. But let's see here again. Hopefully, this is not too much private information, the live chat, but it's kind of through. So okay, it's clear. We are channeling 216, 1994, 1735. This is Longwood, Florida. I feel like, yeah, you got a lot of ideas, even you're very open minded. I feel like you're very dreamy, you're very romantic. And then it's like, sometimes it's like you really hike that up with people. And then it's like, and then they come through and they kind of, I don't know. Sometimes they really let you down. I'm seeing that. Oh, you have Venus in Pisces, Mercury in Pisces, Moon in Taurus, Jupiter in Scorpio. I'm hearing, I would have really liked this to be that way, though. I'm hearing that. Like, yeah. Like, why didn't they do that? I hear that. Ascendant in Leo, Mars in Aquarius, the Sun in Aquarius. Like, I see you trying not to take it personally. Sun at 28 of Aquarius in the house of Virgo. Sorry, actually in the house of Libra. Sometimes you get like pissed, like you don't want to feel like someone's taking advantage. Like, this is just what I'm hearing. Venus conjunct Mercury conjunct Saturn. You got a stellium in the 7th house. I feel like you're very attractive to a lot of people. Like a lot of people might see you as like, wow, Dev. But then it's like, you're like, but where's my knight in shining armor energy? I hear it like this. Like, but okay, I understand, like, I have like a lot, yeah, but you're like at times maybe like you feel you get like a lot, but like, okay, at times you feel like you attract a lot of people, but then it's like, but where is the thing that I want? This is what I'm hearing, but of course, gratitude, but I'm seeing that at times you are, maybe you're in a period, let's pull a card. You're in a period of like feeling like, not I want to say the lack, but like, why is it going like that? Like, do you feel like you attract like patterned partners at times? The Chariot. I feel like you're about, Ace of Cups. You're, okay, yeah. You've had a number of experiences that were like, okay, that was definitely not it. And then I see you getting to the point like where you're like, okay, I now want to invite something totally different into my world where I am going to be in control of what I attract. I hear that as well. So maybe you have a lot of like soulmates, as it might be felt, like, but you had to get very discriminating with that, because also Venus and Pisces, this can be very dreamy at times. And Clara, maybe this isn't this is a matter of like the type of person you're attracted to. It's like, because you got the Ace of Cups with the Chariot. Like, I feel like you're making a total turn with like what you're also willing to entertain. You got the Ten of Cups in reverse between the Chariot and the Ace of Cups. Like, you want to turn the car around with like, yeah, some kind of energy here with that, possibly. Temperance with the World. I see you're a little fed up though. It's like, I don't want to attract like that kind of person anymore. Okay, this is what I'm hearing. Yeah, you're pissing me off. I hear that. Why are you talking to me like that? I'm hearing that. Maybe you need something very specific in your life, and you feel like either it's maybe just like they're just not being romantic, or it's just some type of very particular energy of like, why. It's like, that's the exact thing that I'm saying I don't want to hear. This is what I'm hearing. Maybe this is, yeah. So, Deb, you still here? It's like a moment. Like, why is he? Yeah. Maybe there's a focus on shadow work. There can be. Because I feel like you have a lot of love to give. You have a lot of love to give, and sometimes, it's like, well, I know a lot of people are attracted to me, and yeah, maybe I have a lot of people where I can give to them, but where is it going to be like, but who is going to be the person who gives me what I feel, in a way, I also deserve, or I'm ready to experience? Temperance, Ace of Cups, Chariot, let's clear it, the World. Maybe you're in a position of thinking like, well, what's my standard even? Like, what do I want? Yeah, the Two of Cups. Maybe even this is something that you work with in your career. Maybe, for example, like you work with couples or something. Ace of Swords. Interesting. So I feel like you're kind of over something in a big way. Like, you've turned a page here. And I think that you realize, like, you have the opportunity to change the vibe with what you're attracting. Like, this is no question. But then there is this patterned energy. Like, maybe you keep getting like the same kind of vibe from people. Like, they always introduce themselves like that to me, or they're always kind of wanting that, or they're always in a way, or they're just presenting that, or mirroring that. It could be a Neptune energy, like where you say, okay, sure, I can give you that, but I have an expectation of what I want in return as well. So for some, let's clear it. Like, because you got a lot of this energy of like, I know what you need, and I know what will make you happy, but like, who am I here as well? A little bit. So, but I feel like the part that at times it's like, well, why? It's a pattern. So for some of you, maybe there's a messages for others as well. But there's something that, with the Eight of Wands, it's like, I realize that I need to be more forthright. I need to be more direct. I need to be more like focused with why it is that I even allow that. Hold on. So there's something that I think you're releasing that is like indirectly affecting like, so, the Empress. Okay. I think that okay, hold on. We gotta get another card on that. You have, okay, King of Pentacles. Wait, are you in death? Do you mind answering this in the public chat? Are you like in a relationship right now, or? Yeah. This is something that, okay, but yeah, I want to see. Are you in a relationship right in this moment? It's clear. Just waiting. Let's see. Because like, yeah, I don't want to say anything until I know. You have the Sun, the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. Okay. You're single. Okay. So King of Pentacles and the Sun with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups and the Empress. Okay. I feel like you have, is it true? Okay. Tell me if it's true. I feel like you have a very high standard when it comes to what you expect. And you're like, I'm not going to settle, but then I'm also like not going to be like entirely alone. So then there's this like, there is this balance question of like, how do I hold my story as the Empress, but then like not like dismiss opportunity? But I feel like, okay, if you're getting the Eight of Wands attention from like a number of people, then, but like, I don't want that Eight of Wands. So maybe, yeah. Or this is the past. No, I feel like you are very maybe attracted to a lot of people and they're all like, Deb. But then it's like, but I have to like, that's not my standard. So it's like the universe maybe is saying like, shut it down for real. Like maybe, you have relations with a lot of people, but then indirectly that's like kind of telling the universe like, that like in some way you're not wanting to let that go, but then you still, let's clear it. But you do have maybe even something that will be manifesting soon with the King of Pentacles and the Sun. 1994. Interesting. So maybe there is something here. Just working on yourself. Interesting. Okay. Do you feel like you're pushing away opportunities like the Eight of Wands? Or do you feel like you're kind of saying, I'm not going to push it away necessarily. I'll still kind of like keep talking to these people. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, but I'm not going to let it, like, I see you having a very strong, like, self-love, and you know your worth. The Empress, absolutely, with the Chariot. It's like, I don't have to put up with, like, but yeah. I mean, maybe it's not a problem, but, the King of Pentacles and the Sun and the Four of Pentacles, like, you have a very high standard. Again, I hear that when it comes to, like, who you want to be with. Like, you're not going to be settling. I hear that. That's for sure. With the Ace of Cups diagonal to the King of Pentacles, in the sense of saying, like, but then I get that you're still kind of irritated because you're still seeing some kind of energy in your environment. So maybe your guides are like, hey, like, there's a lot here that maybe like you can actually manifest and invite into your world. Do you meditate on something specific, like when it comes to what you want to manifest? Because do you already know this person, King of Pentacles? Like maybe they are coming in. You got a King of Pentacles and the Empress. Or maybe you're just meditating on what you're, like what you want to really bring in when you really get into a serious relationship, like thinking about what your so-called standard is or what really turns you on. Like, because the Eight of Wands is the Eight of Wands. I mean, okay. But I want to know like who can fulfill that really and what that means. So maybe you are just kind of like, entertaining, just, but nothing really, Interesting. Dev says, I'm a loner. So, but yeah, I feel like this is partly, let's clear it. Maybe even this is your guides protecting you, like kind of holding you in a space of like not wanting to really commit unless it is like the thing that really is truly going to respect you as well as the Empress. It's interesting. I feel like you do have something exciting here, like a new beginning, but it might be frustrating right now because like you realize like either I respect myself, maybe it feels like either I respect myself and I feel kind of more alone, or, you know, but there's a reason for everything. Let's get into the next sign, you guys. Oh, wait, did we look at your chart? Yeah, we did. Let's look at the next person here. Who is this? Lisa, are you still in the room? Lisa. 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 Oh, hey. What's your birth information? I didn't have time to write down. Let's go ahead. Thank you so much, JS, for your additional super chat. Thank you. Wow. You guys are really very generous. Thank you guys so much. Very kind. Thank you for tuning in. I'm like really touched that you guys let me look in your charts. And 8/27, 1980, Lowell, Massachusetts. Okay, I feel like you are, it's funny. I'm getting a little bit of like what I was feeling with Maslow Tarot. I see that like you're very quirky, you're very funny, and you've got a lot of different ideas. I feel at times that you're very like, I see a lot of Sagittarius. Oh, tell you about 12:50 p.m. Okay. Oh yeah, we're good. We got it. Okay, so let's get your birth chart. But yeah, I feel like you got a lot of something with paper. I see a lot of paper here. A lot of books, paper. I feel like you got a very strong, like, cerebral energy. Possibly a lot of Virgo, Aquarius. Let's see. I feel like if someone's going to be too much drama, I think you're just going to check out. Yeah, I just kind of see that, like, all right, I'm going to go read my book. I hear that, like, yeah. But not in like I feel like you don't want to stir drama with anyone, you know? It's like, I'm just going to, yeah, I'm cool. Like, I'm just going to chill. It's clear on the ground. I'm just going to kind of just, let's see here. I don't know why I'm shuffling. Let's get Lisa, Moon in Pisces, Venus in Cancer. Wow, your ascendant is Scorpio. Is that Uranus like exactly on your ascendant? Yeah. Holy shoot. Whoa. I feel like you could, wow. Well, something you like publish maybe, or something you manifest. You got a lot of Virgo. Something that yeah, Sun in the 9th. Let's clear the energy around. Let's clear it on the left side of the body. You could publish something or present something that ends up being like you are known for that. And I feel like it will make a huge, this was going to have impact on possibly even like a number of communities. Maybe some even like you research. It's like you can come down to that. I'm hearing television, broadcast television. Maybe it's even like a screenplay. You do have the Sun in Virgo, but you've got the Sun in the 9th house and you've got the North Node in the 9th. You actually have your Sun right on the cusp between your 9th and your 10th. It's conjunct your Mercury. Your mind is fucking strong, Lisa. Holy shit. Okay. Like, whoa. Like, I see, like, no, yeah. You're like a literary professor type. It's like I'm hearing you've got like a literary lab coat on. I don't know what, but yeah. I'm seeing this. For there's something very exciting. Like maybe you're a professional with something like, well, how do we say, like, what does a professional mean? You're very professional. Yeah, I hear that. So maybe like, there's something maybe you're studying. You do have Saturn as well in Virgo in the 10th. I'm hearing it's a hard knock life for us. Da 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 ba ba ba. Like you maybe hear how do we say? There's something that you're really good at. I feel like you kind of have, I get like a professorship energy a little bit as well. You have information even, and you know that this information could be really helpful for many, many people. But then I see at times you question like, really like what the context is for this, maybe even these talents or these gifts of yours. I see something with the entertainment industry, even North Node and Leo. Sometimes maybe you wonder, like, is my audience ready for my idea? You know, something like that, or like my ideas. Sometimes maybe you wonder, like, is it a little too out there? Something related to writing. You got a stellium in Virgo, Mercury conjunct your sun in Virgo. This is a ruler of Virgo and conjunct your sun. This is like, yeah, with Mars and Libra. Have you already published something? I feel like you can get really tough on people. I feel like at times, yeah, I'm hearing, I shouldn't have talked to him like that. I hear that. Maybe you turn back. You're like, why did I talk to him like that? Like, maybe you wonder if you went a little far sometimes, like with someone, or if you were a little harsh. Maybe like you grade people. Really? There's something that you are aware of, even maybe like you observe something and you have a perspective, and maybe you want to even like compile information about something. I don't know. What is that about? Like, I see you looking on at someone or something, or some group of people, even like I see you maybe researching like behavioral psychology. Like, maybe you look at like 5 examples of something, and then you can like kind of create like a synopsis, even. How do we say? Like almost like a critic, even like you can compare. Or maybe even like you do like studies and polls. This is what I'm seeing. Let's clear it. Hang on. Oh, says I'm very critical, sharp words. Yeah. Is this like in your Yeah. I see maybe like you could look at like, let's say, the prototype, and then you can look at like how someone actually does it and be like, it's wrong. I kind of see that as like classic Virgo, right? Classic. Now it's wrong. I'm hearing that. But I do see that, you feel like, sometimes you wonder, like, I don't know, like if I should tell them, like they'll eventually figure it out on their own. Maybe you feel, yeah, the North Node of Leo, but I do feel like there's something that you could be known for. Yeah. So Venus in Cancer, like, I'm hearing spicy with the Venus in Cancer in the 8th house. Oh, as a coach. Interesting. Like maybe you can compare even, maybe, yeah. The past even? Maybe even psychology, something like that. Like, I feel like you could sit in a room and look at how 5 people are behaving and be like, okay, I'm going to point out like what you're doing right now that's triggering that person. It can also be like that. It's clear. But then I think people might be kind of like scared. Like, they know like Lisa is like the stickler. Like, she's gonna call it out. I hear that. I feel like Lisa realizes like I ate like, more cookies than I said I did. Something like that. Interesting. But maybe, like you're just able to see it, like observe like where people are at, like how they are projecting and what they're actually seeing. Maybe it is like even in the subconscious and the psyche. So maybe there's a focus on even diplomacy, Mars and Libra. Yeah. Interesting, Lisa. Thank you so much. You have a yod as well. You've got a yod with your Neptune. So you've actually got 2 yods. You've got a yod, let's see. You've also got grand water trine. Yeah, you got 2. So, and then you got 2 yods. So interesting. Thank you so much for tuning in. Who else is here? Who else? Oh my gosh, we got a lot. I could literally I could spend like years on birth charts. Like, oh my gosh. And maybe we'll come back to this at another point. But yeah, let's clear SV, you in the house, SV. Let's clear it around. Let's see. Oh, hello, moi. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna write you down. I'm gonna try to get to everyone here. Here, let's see who donated. Not because it's because of that, but my dream is to like truly just do birth charts. But yeah, and then people start donating, and I'm like, oh my gosh, all right. Thank you guys for your support. even if maybe at a certain point in time, maybe we'll go back like, and I'll see like who put the birth information, and even if you didn't donate, okay, we'll see what we can do. Who is this? Well, of course, I'll give my personal tuition with what I'm feeling guided towards, but let's get into SV. SV. Hold up, can you put your information again? Because it's not shown in the scroll. SV. Clear around. SB 720. Hold up. I feel like you have a lot of Aries. Is it true? A lot of Aries, maybe some Virgo. Okay, let's get it. 306. This is SV, and then we will get into Hula next. SV. Okay. You were born Austin. Turn around. AM, yeah. So 1988, July 20th, 3:06 a.m. Okay. Austin, Texas. SV. I see something very creative for you. Really creative. I'm seeing a lot of colors, paint, even a little bit of like at times maybe an erratic energy, a little bit of like an offbeat energy. Venus and Gemini. Okay. The Sun in Cancer. Wow. Your Mars is in Aries, your Moon in Libra, in the 5th house. I feel like are you a little bit of a fast talker at times? Like maybe sometimes here you have a lot of ideas and like they're very exciting, and then it's like, and then you run with it. And then it's like, I feel like maybe you're wondering like who will be compatible with you. Maybe you feel like at times you're a little bit outcast. Like, why is it that like I cannot find someone who feels like they're on my level? I'm hearing that as well. Sometimes maybe you wonder like, do I kind of intimidate others with my ideas maybe, or do I kind of like overpower others or overwhelm others? SV. Kara. Okay. This is so exciting, guys. In Mars. So yeah, and you got Mars, ruler of Aries, in its ruling sign. Like there's something so exciting here, guys. SV. And I feel like honestly this can be a message even for like others, but I see like, yeah, maybe, well, we just said this is so exciting, guys. Maybe you like working with a team of people, but then I'm getting like a similar Jamel energy. Jamel's birth chart. It's like, I'm so excited about this. Like, but then it's like, yeah, you want to work with a team. Like working with a team is very important. Like you want to feel that people also are in line on board with you. Maybe at times it's a little bit like, am I coming off a little too strong? Let's clear it. So maybe you question like, is this for real? Like, are we going to really do this? Sometimes maybe you get a little like worried, like if someone's really gonna, hyper, like, are they going to really show up? I'm seeing something of like a feeling of like, it's exciting to me. Like, I hope it's exciting to you, So I feel like, let's clear it. Maybe like, honestly, I feel like you don't want to feel like you're just imagining things as well. That's very disenchanting to you. Like, yeah, sometimes maybe you get combative. If you're triggered, it's like I see like, yeah, like you hear that chihuahua barking out there. It's like, why are they not responding? I hear that. Like my idea is great. I hear that. Like what's up with what's their problem? It's something like this. This is very Gemini, very Aries. Moon in Libra. Yeah, I feel like you're very excited, very hyper at times. But then it's like you want people to appreciate you and appreciate that, and who doesn't? But I'm seeing like, yeah, you gotta feel compatible, I think, with like the way, yeah, with the energy in general, because like, you do, and you have your Sun in the house of Gemini. You have so much Gemini. Whoa, your rising is Gemini. Yeah, I feel like at times you're like, why are they not excited? Is this resonating? I feel like this is something of a crux at times. And maybe even especially if it's like if you're feminine and if you're identifying as feminine, you're dealing with like men. It's like you wonder like what is going on. Maybe even you experience a pattern sort of interaction where like I feel like I'm meeting a lot of people who are just like not putting in as much as I am. Like what's going on? What's going on? I feel like you are intense. I feel like at times maybe people feel intense around you, or you feel like you're intense around people. I feel like you talk maybe at times a lot, like, and that's very exciting, but then you wonder maybe if other people are on the same page as you. Like, why am I the one talking so much? I hear that. Why? Yeah, you need to talk more. I'm hearing that. But it's all perspective, you know? I feel like, listen, like you're also very, you want to psychoanalyze people. I hear that as well. You like that. You like to think about like, yeah, I feel like you got a strong imagination. SV, still here? Aww, that's so sweet. Says, I'm the glue that keeps everyone together in my world. Yeah. Well, and I feel like you are excited. It's like you really like, if let's say you launch an idea or a project, it's like you're very excited to see where it goes. Like I see it like Pinterest boards. I see Hello Kitty stuff. Interesting. I feel like sometimes like you want, maybe sometimes you feel like you're not sure if people understand where you're coming from. Like I see maybe like you have an encounter with somebody and then like you go home and you're like, did they misunderstood what I said? Like, is it how I see it? Yeah, your mind needs stimulation, right? Right. I'm hearing Under the Sea. It's a Disney song, right? Disney song. You have a stellium in Cancer. I feel like you like it when people kind of take you seriously, you know? It's like, hey, but I feel like you also have that playful energy. Like, you know, have you considered acting? Something in the entertainment industry? Like if someone's not picking up your phone call, it's like, hey, I get that vibe. Hey, come on. So exciting. Like, yeah. So yeah, but your Pluto. I feel like you're also very you sense things. Maybe something with writing even. Interesting. Thank you so much for letting us look in your chart. SV, thank you for your patience. Yeah. Wow. Cool. Maybe you have a lot of ideas at times and maybe you're like, I don't know which one really to pursue. Maybe sometimes that's a question. So let's get into the next chart here, you guys. We said Hulud, we promised. Okay. Hulud tapping his foot or their foot. I feel like Hulud, you have a lot of areas in your chart. I see you have a very strong Mars. Whew, you got like, shit, bro, your root chakra. Okay, hold on. I see that you've got a lot of fire energy. I see someone's like flush red. Maybe you have a lot of Jupiter. Hulud. 1st of March, 1991. What? You're my year. 3, 1. You literally were born like a few days before me. 3/1/1991. Medina. So you have a strong you got a lot of energy, like yeah. I also get that maybe you're interested in finances, Medina, or there's something with like how do we say, like trading or products, working with like products like buying and selling or bartering. Medina, for some reason it's not popping up. Strange why it's not popping up. My Medina, is that how you spell it? Medina? M-E-D-I. Oh, it's coming up now. You change your mind a lot. I'm getting that vibe a little bit. Maybe like it's like 1 minute you're like, I'm in love with like, I don't know. I'm hearing the name Jafar. No, he's too far. Forget it. Let's clear it. Okay. Shoot, before I start offending people. Okay. Now you're supposed to make me look good. Listen, it's your spirit guides. We're channeling here. It's like whatever's meant to be known about your chart. Okay. What's going on? You got Mars, Gemini, no shit. It's right on your ascendant. Oh, but you kind of said like noon-ish. You said probably noon. Your moon in Virgo. Yeah, I see you tapping your foot. It's like, no. why isn't he responding? I'm hearing that. Mars and Gemini. I see like there's a name in Farsi. It's a word. It's they say hayajan. It's like a lot of energy. It's like, you speak Arabic? I don't know, maybe if it's similar, but yeah, hayajan, it's in Farsi. At least maybe it's similar in Arabic. Like, it's very similar, the language overall. So I see like, it's like you want to get your point across, like you want to be very like clear with your ideas with people. I hear that as well. Like, you like building this. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's your Mars. Like, it's your Mars on your, if you are noon, your Mars is pretty close to your ascendant. You've got a pretty strong Mars. It's clear. Very strong Mars. I feel like you have so many questions. It's like you want to know so much. Like, you need to understand like why people are doing what they're doing. Yeah. I feel like, and like, you never get tired. I get that. It's like you can go on forever. Like, Energizer Bunny, like, you got so much energy. Like, you could just go on and on and on and on, and like your mind is racing sometimes. Maybe, is it true? You have the sun. Oh, sun like very conjunct Mercury. Like, very conjunct, like 1 degree. Yeah, in Pisces. So your mind, like, yeah, you got a lot of ideas as well. I see you like screaming. I don't know. I see you like, you do like opera. I don't know. I'm getting like so much like strong in the voice, like a lot of energy in the voice. Like, maybe you're a singer, or maybe that would be something that would be such a good channel for that energy. Because I see that you really like, you got your Venus in Aries. Yeah, well, this makes sense because our charts are quite similar. This is Spirit being like, look at yourself a little more closely, not. All right. Interesting. Oh, you're a PhD student. What are you studying? Interesting. You have your Sun and Mercury in the 10th house in Pisces. Like, I see you being like, it's not good enough. It's like, you feel like you gotta like do things perfectly as well. Oh my God, don't let that get to you, because like that can get, it's like, I gotta perfect it. Like, I have to understand everything perfectly, but I see you like screaming and like sing song a little bit. I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah. Jupiter and Leo. It's clear. You put a lot of pressure, I think, on yourself at times. You do have a stellium in Capricorn. You're North Node. Yeah, we have a very similar chart, but not, I mean, ish. It's clear. I think, like, do you sometimes, like, feel like you take stuff personally? It's clear. Like, I can definitely, like, understand this. My moon is not in Virgo, it's in Sag, but my Venus is in Aries, my Mars in Gemini, Jupiter in Leo, my Sun, my Mercury both in Pisces. So, like, yeah, it's like, I understand, like, you can very much be like, why? Yeah, no, it's like, is there, like, why are you not, like, treating me in a certain way kind of vibe? It can be. With Venus and Aries, you're also sometimes very, like, like, you got, like, I mean, you're in Calcutta, India. I don't know. This can be through. Maybe it's a past life energy. But it's like, yeah, you kind of, I see, like, a performative energy, maybe, I think you feel trapped. It's at times when you are out of balance, when there's too much focus on the mind, because your mind it works very quickly, especially because your moon is in Virgo, and you're like researching and analyzing and like taking in all this information, and like you're like a freaking detective. You can become a detective with that, with the Mercury and the Sun in Pisces conjunct 1 degree apart, with the moon in Virgo and Mars and Gemini and Venus and Aries. It's like, especially if someone like kind of like did you dirty, it's like, hey, no, I need to know, like, you want to understand. But that can get tough because then you start taking it personally. So don't take it personally. Try not to take it personally, like how people treat you or act in general or whatever. It's like, it may not even be related to you, but like with the Jupiter and Leo and the Venus and Aries, it's like you can tend to take it very personally and you react, especially if you're dealing with someone who's got a lot of earth in their chart or a lot of water, Scorpio. It's like, If they're very slow moving, you may take it personally, like, because you have a different love language, and this is just kind of what it is. And it's like, yeah, and sometimes you want to just think a lot about it and like figure it out, but then it's not always that situation. Maybe even that you can think about, because sometimes that person needs to react. It's like sometimes you're moving so quickly, it's like they can't even show up and like react with that energy. Interesting. Let's clear it. But then maybe you go off the deep end with that, and you get like very hurt about that sometimes. Like, you take it personally. Yeah. I think that it's not always personal. This is just the message that I'm getting. But then I think you forget about it as well. Like, I feel like a very theatrical energy with you. So I don't know, maybe you do like, or you have an outlet. Oh, well, yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. So you're dealing with an Aries and he was slow. I think okay, hold on. I feel like you get like super stuck on it. Maybe at times. Hey, we almost got to the same birth chart. Like, you get very, very, it's like you get this roaring fire within you. It's like, what? It's like, I'm seeing that. No, I'm like, and I'm seeing like something in the voice. Like, maybe like, do you do opera? Let's clear it. I don't know. I'm seeing you singing or like letting your exhaust out in your voice. Like, sometimes it's not that person, it's not that thing, but like you're putting the energy on them, you know? Because I feel like you could easily shift it up. Like, you could easily just like be like, you know, like if you whatever you put your mind to, your focus on. Let's clear it. I see you. Yeah, no, I see you oscillating. Like, 1 minute you're like, what's going on? And the next minute it's like, fuck it. Let's fuck them. Let's clear it. Oh my God. Interesting. Material sciences and engineering. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Do you talk to your friends a lot? Maybe there's a focus on the activation of the throat chakra. Can you guys give me a minute? I'm going to get some soup. You guys, this is a Korean food from last night. Or the other night. You guys remember? It's turned into like a porridge. What is that? Oh. Like, maybe at times like there are misunderstandings, you know? Maybe you feel sometimes like, yeah, like, do you feel like you give the opportunity for understanding, or do you feel like you race on the track of like, why are they doing this in this way, and like, you know, so on and so forth? So yeah. You guys, who do we have left? Meredith, Meyer, Angela, Julia. I think we have way more than that. We're going to definitely have to stop after the last ones, because it's, oh my God, it will be a never ending. And I'm so touched, you guys, like, feel so grateful that we were able to connect here. Can you guys put star, star, star? If you'd already donated to this point. Meredith, Angela, and Julia, and who else? Meredith, Angela, Julia, and Vivian, right? And Athena. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's a lot. High Priestess. And that's it, right? Okay, we'll end it there. Oh, Jennifer. Oh, shenanigans, right. And oh, Kara. Oh my god. Damn, I wasn't thinking that it would go like this far. But okay, that's like for sure like the last. And thank you guys for your donations. Oh, Alwyn, damn. Guys, oh my. Let's clear around. Let's see. Okay. I'm not doing private services anymore, so I guess this is Spirit's way of like, you know, kind of. But whatever, you know, it's meant to be. Oh, Meredith. What's your birth information? Let's clear the energy ground. Okay, Meredith, July 9th, 2004, 8:21 a.m., New Milford, Connecticut. Okay, I think there's something that you are either already studying or you're feeling guided, maybe to study. It's something here related maybe to even like your lifestyle or something that you're even tracking or monitoring. I don't know what that's about, but maybe it's like a Virgo energy. It's something maybe that you help yourself with in your own life, and then in some way like that ends up being something that you want to help others with, maybe even. Interesting. Let's clear. Let's see. Like I see you having a rhythm, like a cycle, like waking up at a certain time at every day or something like that, or maybe you want to do that or you want to study something. I see you have a qualitative mind, like kind of Virgo-ish. Let's see. I feel like you like to wait before you react. Like, I don't know, maybe it wasn't like that. Let me think about it. I hear this. You like to review things before you make a decision. This is for in some way, maybe. Let's check out the chart though. Let's clear it. I feel like you are very observant, and at times you're very sensitive, and you don't want to like. You don't want that to get the best of you, though. You realize like you can possibly go on and on and on with that. Like maybe your mind does race at times, and you just don't want to like. Maybe this is something that you work through. Maybe it's something though that eventually like. Let's give an example. Like, let's say there's something of a long-term crux of a so-called question that you want to answer. It makes you really like it. It's something that throws you out of balance. I feel like it sounds like a Chiron energy. Like once you do kind of find healing and balance and transcendence with whatever that is, like you could really help others with that. So let's see though. Like there's a reason, in other words, like why it is maybe.
They may have a prominent Saturn number.
Huh? What in the world? What is that playing all of a sudden? Huh? Weird. Yeah, maybe even like maybe some tarot card. This is a reading that's popped up. You know, there's maybe something here very related to how do I say? I don't know. Maybe you've considered like some kind of business, maybe related to healing. Let's go. But I feel like before you jump into that, you want to be very clear. You want to be patient with how it is that you approach or pursue this space. Like you don't want to just start like maybe this healing business or practice. Like I feel like either you feel you need to study something or research, like maybe even make some sort of rhythm of life here for yourself that you can like see as tried and true for yourself when it comes to whatever this is, if that makes sense. Like I want to feel like I've understood how to handle this on my own before I sort of help or instruct others in this space. This is what I'm getting. But let's see. Okay, let's pull up the birth chart. Meredith. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm getting that there have been some experiences possibly in the past that were really hard, like very challenging, and that maybe though that you realized there's a reason for this, there's a reason why that's happening, and so I'm going to take this and you re-manifest with that. You have the sun in Cancer, okay. The moon in Aries, you've got Venus in Gemini. Yes. If you've got the racing mind, it can be Jupiter in Virgo. There's a lot that you feel you at times you're very aware of, but then it's like you realize it doesn't have to consume you. But then you're like, well, how do I handle this? How do I work with this? How do I work through this? There is something here I see that maybe you want to eventually teach, and maybe it's a gift of yours that you feel you're actually really, really good at whatever this is. Like you could figure it how do we say, like I see you as innovating something, even maybe it's like you come down to an answer for like a long time problem that maybe a lot of people they grapple with, they struggle with. Okay. And so it's something maybe related to therapy, therapeutics, something. Let's clarify. But this is like it helped you in your life. Now you have Chiron here in Capricorn. It's very close to your fifth house. You do have Pluto in the fifth. There's something with the archetype of Leo. You've got Mars and Mercury in the 12th house in Leo. There's something, you do have a rising Leo. There's something that you realize like you wanted to change the world around with, but it was by way of something you experienced personally that was maybe very challenging. Let's clear it. Like you transmuted. You've got 5 planets in retro in your birth chart. This is significant. Have you looked into your into general birth charts? Because having like even 2 planets is pretty rare. So 5 is pretty particular. There's something you want to develop. It's something maybe even like a recipe for something. This is what I'm hearing. Yeah, you might sell stuff like North Node, conjunct your midhaven, but I just get that you realize it's something specific. You have to do that thing. And you have to do it in your way, and you have to find your recipe, and you don't want to just do it. Yeah, you've got a plan with that is what I'm hearing as well. Maybe it's on like you realize like when the time is right, I'll launch this sort of thing. You've got a fire trine, grand fire trine. You got a yod as well, 2 yods. There's something here maybe in the early childhood environment, maybe like at times you realize like that you are so-called different, or you have so-called, what is different? You're right. I mean, you have like things that you want to do differently, and you realize you're not willing to sacrifice those things, and you're not willing to just be so-called like doing the things in the way that others so-called do them. And at least in that early environment, just because you want to so-called fit in, I feel that that could be something that actually shapes your upbringing, but also shape where you took your, well, it is contributing to how it is that you create your business even now today. Maybe it's clear. Maybe it's how you present yourself in the space. Let's clear it around. I think like, listen, I don't think you're really upset. Like, even if you are misunderstood by others at times, this is just coming through. It's like, that you've got a unique and particular life path. It's funny because this exact string is coming through in like a lot of the charts where people have yachts. So I feel like it's like I'm bad to the bone, and I know it. Like I know I have something really kind of like quirky about me even, but it's something that you kind of like even derive satisfaction from, like knowing that you're different in that way. It's clear on. Yeah. So I feel like you're kind of like, you want to move gradually into this domain. Maybe you eventually would like to open, like you want to have a healing business or practice, but it's something that like you pay attention to over time. Thank you so much for tuning in, Meredith. Love and light. And what else? Let's clear it. Yeah, I feel like you want to gradually move into that field. Maybe it's related to entrepreneurism, but yeah, you might want to look. Like, let me give you an example. Like, let's say you want to produce a product. It's like you want to make sure that the quality is going to be what it needs to be. And I feel like you don't want to rush that. So, okay, let's get into here. We're going to jump into Julia. Julia, are you still here? Julia, what is your birth information? Julia. 4-3. Wow, you're Aries. 1984. Fredericksburg. Interesting. Okay, let me see here. You guys, do you mind though if I grab a quick snack? Because we need to like refuel. This is like really interesting. Spirit just like was like, all right, it's time. Time to get on and have the popcorn from the other night. Julia, I feel like I see you like looking at something like long and hard. Like I see you just sitting there and like just like really thinking about something here. I almost got like not like a strategic energy, but like maybe it's a meditative energy, but it's something that you're like pondering, and I almost get it as like something that it's a maybe it's a I'm hearing, what is the meaning of this? I hear that. I see you like pondering, like a hermit under the tree. Like, yeah, and I see you like thinking about even, but it's also a vibe. Like maybe, have you ever considered something like creative writing or something with using the imagination? Oh my gosh, I have to turn the heater on. It's cold. Like, I feel like you could spend so much time doing something, and then all of a sudden you're like, shit, time has just flown. This is interesting because you're in Aries, which is usually very fast-moving energy, but let's take a look. Do you meditate? I feel like there's something transcendental here. Like I see it as like maybe even like doing like pranic energy flow exercises or like yoga poses. But I feel like you take it in and like you feel it. So I don't know, maybe even like, are you a Reiki healer? Or you do something with the physical body, like maybe you even demonstrate yoga poses. I see that. I don't know what that's about, but you take it as you will. Wait, 431. Oh, sorry. Wait, 431 or 430? 4 or 4? 4-3, right? Yeah. 4-3, 1984. Oop. Like I see you working with your breath a lot. Maybe even like Tai Chi. I'm hearing Quinn, quintessential, quizzical. Let's see. Fredericksburg, Virginia. Like I see you in charge of your body in some way, but like its relation to breath. So maybe breath work is very interesting. Fredericksburg, Virginia. I feel like you can help, like maybe you can guide a certain experience. Like, how do we say this? I almost see like a guided meditation or something of this sort. Fredericksburg, Virginia, Fredericksburg. Why is this not popping up? Huh? I see you pondering a lot. Moon in Taurus. Mercury in Taurus, yeah. I see it as like a slow motion, like meditative energy, which is very interesting. Maybe you have something that even, well, let's see. Mars in Scorpio at 29. Oh, honey. Holy shit. 28. But yeah. So hold on. What do you do in terms of metaphysics? Or energy work? Yeah. Nothing? Hold on. You have a yod. So, hold on. What are you doing right now? You have a yod. Let's clear it. You have a yod. You have also T-square and cradle. I was going to say, if it's related to finances, like, or something like, because you can really ride that axis, like Mars at 28, like you're working with others as resources, their assets. Or, I mean, not wrong. I mean, you can channel the energy in any way, but like, oh my God. I mean, I'm just seeing you as like a Tai Chi, like, instructor. Like, I don't know. Your Venus is in Pisces. Something maybe with nature. Okay. Is there something that you were drawn to ever that was related to? Yeah, Julia. Like, listen, I can see how honestly, like, you could be an auditor. Your ascendant, moon, and Mercury in Taurus. Yeah, moon and Mercury and the sun in the 12th house of Pisces. Well, yeah, the subconscious even, but I can also see, and you have Jupiter in Capricorn and Midhaven at 29 of Capricorn. I can definitely see how you can do something of that sort. You have your Pluto as well in the 6th. Saturn almost on the descendant. You have Mars here at 28 again of Scorpio. I feel like you have something really particular about your aura where you can like kind of oh my God. Wait a second. Are you Sun in Aries? Yeah, right? Yeah, but in the 11th house. Oh, no, sorry, in the 12th. Oh, you got a stellium in the 12th. Yeah. With your moon there as well. Okay, so sometimes do you feel like, wait, okay, so are you like sometimes afraid of the occult or such things or no? Because sometimes like those with like planets like Sun in the 12th or this is spicy. Sometimes they will tend to avoid. I need water. Wait, one second. You're attracted to it. Like, honestly, I feel like there's something that you can appreciate even. Have you like whoa, let's clear it. Maybe there's a focus on the throat chakra. Do you work with a lot of people? I feel like you're yearning for something though. You're Julia. I feel like you're yearning. I almost said you're learning. Like, don't feel bad if like you feel like I haven't done something yet. Like, it's all in divine timing and whatever's meant to be. But like, maybe there's something that like you are increasingly becoming more aware of that you want more of in your life. Oh, you were told you were connected to spirit. Yeah, there's something, and you do have a stellium in the 12th, and you've got your moon and your sun there. Like, maybe you realize, okay, tell me this. Do you sometimes like appear at certain places, certain times where like you're assisting someone in some kind of divine way and like you don't really like realize it like logically? I'm hearing Stanford. All right, we're going to stop eating those. So maybe it operates more like in the subconscious space and realm with Sun, Moon, Mercury in the 12th. Let's clear the energy around. Like, I feel like you're really attracted to something even. Maybe it's even like a certain... But, you know, honestly, like, let's clear it. Your North Node's in retro. You have 5 planets in retrograde as well. This is rare. You should definitely look into this. It's interesting. You might, like, find that all of a sudden, like, you're just totally interested in something else in your life. And I think a lot of that is, like, you just picking up on the little, like, nuances and subtle clues. Like, you know, I just feel like, let's clear it. Do you see repeating numbers? Oh. Hey, Angela. Nope, not yet. Next. next. Thank you so much for your patience, you guys. Let's clear around. And also just in general, I mean, I wasn't expecting to do that based on, you know, so probably next time I'm going to have, like, I have to have more parameters because I don't want to also leave people, like, hanging, you know. But, yeah, I feel like you have, like, even some kind of talent, but that you will sort of stumble upon this, you know. It's not going to be something like something immediate. Relatively. Like, it won't be, you know, those stories of, like, people who they studied law and then they ended up, you know, doing, like, finger painting. Something like that. It can be. But there's something, like, different here, maybe even, and maybe it's just that you haven't experienced much of it. We do have the Sun and the Moon and Mercury in the 12th house, so it's kind of interesting. Thank you so much, Julia, for tuning in. Let's get into the next person here. Angela, let's clear the energy around. But yeah, Julia, I feel like there are things that you're curious about, so maybe just kind of, like, reflect on that. Angela, your birth information. I think Angela put it up here, huh? (11/24/1968). And thank you so much for those. I know some people, like, super chatted and they didn't put their information. Like, you guys, that's very kind. Thank you for your support. Okay. Angela, are you thinking of moving? I'm getting that here for you. I see there's an activation here in the crown chakra. Let's get a look here. 11/24. 24. There's, like, some event maybe that you want to attend or something that you're considering. Like, I feel like it might be worthwhile. I'm hearing that, but you always take it as you will. Let's take a look. Marietta, Georgia. Or maybe you're thinking of even getting a degree in something, or there's something related to transit. Maybe you need to move, or you're thinking of moving. Birth time, Angela, do you know? Let's clear around. If Angela is still in the room, that is. Hey, Angela. What's your birth time? Do you know? Let's clear around. 335. Are you thinking of attending an event with someone? Okay, wanting to move. I feel like there's something of an opportunity, but you do have to like be totally ready for it. Maybe this is something that like you want to do, but you have to do it at the right time. This is what I'm hearing. You have a yod. I feel like okay, you got a lot of Sag. Venus and Cap in the house of Sag. Moon in the 10th. You got a lot of Cap as well, a lot of Aquarius. I feel like sometimes like you're you have a stellium in the 6th house and in Libra. You got Jupiter in Virgo, Mercury in Scorpio. You got your Sun in Sag. Wow, you've got a lot of different energies. You have like Jesus. You've got like several different stelliums in different parts of your chart. You've got a stellium in the 12th. Like there's a lot going on in your chart overall. I feel like in a general way, there is like a lot that you would eventually like to pursue, but maybe you're just timing it out. It can be. Maybe you're just kind of like timing it out. Ashley, thank you so much for your donation. I can't go past these people. Oh my God, I don't even know if we're gonna be able to do them so far. We literally have like so many left. I don't know if we'll be able to do them. But yeah, because like I wasn't thinking I was going to take donations like that. I wasn't going to, and I mean, in general, I wasn't in the beginning. We're just doing the general, like people just put in their birth time, birth information. So maybe out of fairness, like we will have to pause it after that because then, yeah. So that, yeah, it's not just like just the people who donated as well, you know. But let's take a look. Let's see. But thank you guys so much for your support, Angela. But yeah, I feel like you've got something like very, and of course, whatever's meant to be by spirit, like, you know, that's why sometimes I just feel guided to jump on and do, you know, so, which is also why I'm not really doing like the paid services anymore because I don't really want to do like the paid services. It's more like I want to focus on the general, like in the general chat and like general and what, you know, if something is meant to me, like, but there are many reasons, like, but it's more like I'm very interested in, well, astrology, but I want an easy way for people to kind of, I want like a way where I don't have to be like one-on-one because it is like so fun, but I feel like I'm only one person, you know? So there has to be an easier way. This is just me, like, you know, thinking like in the long term, you know, let's clear it. So what else? Wow, part of this just breaking off. Yeah, I feel like, but overall, Angela. Yes, right, exactly, Caitlin. Going with the spirit. Like whatever is, yeah. I feel like whatever's meant to be, which is also why I've totally stopped doing private readings. Like this is, yeah. But sometimes like in the chat, like the other night, we'll do like a private session because I feel so guided, you know? So, okay. Now, what else? Angela, I feel like, yeah, there's something about like, there's something you want to you want to move in a new direction with. Or you want it even, you're curious, like maybe you want to test something. So yeah, let's clear it. Maybe there's something that you want to kind of like, It's something you're curious about. I hear that. So you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I know we didn't get to everyone. Oh my gosh, but I have to take, yeah, a step back. Love and light. You guys, thank you for those of you who did obviously super chat. Thank you for your support. Hopefully, this is a helpful video. And yeah, I thank you guys for your support. Keep in mind still that we still have Mars in Scorpio, and we have, wow, like a lot of planets obviously in Sagittarius. And so very exciting, you guys. But try to stay grounded as well. Love and light. We'll see you in the next videos. Bye, you guys. See you later. Bye.